one. I had to change my earbud real quick, so I'm changing it real fucking quick. What the fuck is up? Happy whatever. Hi, I just got out of therapy. My brain feels like mush. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? I bought new earbuds because mine, well, just the memory foam shit. What up? Yeah, so I had therapy today. Sorry, one sec. I don't want to ruin them. The memory foam's sensitive. I had therapy today. And it was kind of in the middle of the day, and I apologize. Kind of buzzed in you. I'm all right. I'm fucking tired, man. I'm still like just a slug. And I woke up this morning and puked a lot. So I don't know. Maybe I'm dying. It could be happening. Those are comfy. I'll put up with that one for now. You had a waffle today? Dude, I love waffles. I forgot French toast. I feel a little bad. Waffle. I mean, does French toast even count though? Really? Not to be like, controversial, but French toast, you basically dip pre-made bread into egg, right? Whereas like waffles and pancakes, like you make your dough. I don't know. Is it the same? Because then basically we have to like include every breakfast pastry ever, right? Maybe. My hair is too thick. Jesus. It's ridiculous. This is a normal ponytail, my dudes. The fuck? Oh my god, cuteness. I wrote it down. I actually added it to my wish list. I'm gonna watch and see if it shows up on like the free, the Kindle. I just lost my ponytail. The Kindle stuff. No, it doesn't count, right? Okay, cool. I was just seeing. I don't know. French toast for those who don't want to, who don't want to have to choose in this debate. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you say French toast, you don't. Come on. You dipped someone else's bread into some egg. This is just whatever. I just need it out of my fucking eyes. What up, Rod? How are you? My son has decided that he hates sleep. I mean, everyone hates sleep. I don't like sleeping. I don't want to sleep ever, but fuck, dude. You kind of like, life sucks when you don't. You just can't think of anything good to do today. I mean, I don't know. Was it just puke? I know it was super weird. Like I literally woke up at like 6 o'clock this morning and just puked up everything I ate last night for dinner, completely undigested, just like whole chewed pieces. It was fucking disgusting. Gross. I'm gonna do pigtails. I can't take this. My hair's too thick and it's crazy today. Waffles. I like waffles too, man. They have their own little like wells for the butter and everything, yeah? Too much. I need a haircut so bad, my dudes. What way do you go? I don't. It's too much. It's too much hair. I just want to just why? Oh well. What do you do? I didn't. Kills, do you have a clip of it? Because he literally, right when I pressed go live, he took a break and was like, oh my god, you have to see my mom talk about her creamy sauce she loves. And I haven't got to see it because I went live. If you have a clip of it though, I would love to watch it. This is just I just want just this hair. Like if I could just have this amount of hair spread all over my head, that'd be just a great thing. Just be a great thing. Late stream, I had therapy today. I had therapy. And it was kind of like in the middle of the day. So it was like either I'd have like a 3-hour, short morning stream, or I could do whatever I wanted after therapy. So I'm just sticking with whatever the fuck I want after therapy. My brain feels hella mushy, but like I figure you guys and some music will wake me up, right? Zeke implied you blew him and all the cum made you sick while talking to his mother. Did she get it though? Because the impression I got was that she did not understand the joke. Is it sexy hair? Thank you. This is I slept in wet hair. I got this jacket in Germany. Ooh, what's the brand? It says it on it somewhere. I got it in Germany when I broke my tooth. That Torsta. I think it's Torstoy. I don't know. I got it in Germany. Yeah, I got it literally like up in the fucking Alps. Because I was my teeth were chattering so bad, I chipped a tooth. My mom was like, "You have to go buy another jacket," and I bought this one. It's fairly fucking warm. It's, like, one of the warmest jackets I've ever owned, though. It's pretty dope. Germans know what's up when it comes to being fucking cold. And the hood is big. They, like, add this huge chunk in the middle, like, who does that? Crazy. They know what's up. 69? Dude, we have, like, a foot and a half of snow, and it's so cold out. Fuck you. A blue maned Katiefish. I am a Pisces. I could be a Katiefish. A lion. It'd be more like a lionfish with this shit, though, to be honest, which are hella invasive in Florida, and nobody likes them. Leaf! I'm a leaf on the wind. Someone tore the 5th page on my calendar. I'm dismayed. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. Thank you for subbing to the class. Keeping the class alive and giving it any swings, you fucking ass. How are you? 45. It's not, it's actually not too cold here. It's the wind and the snow just, like, bites. It bites. I don't know what it is here right now. Oh, it's a whole 24 degrees. It's cold. It's cold. In the F's. In the America degrees. I don't know what that is in the C's. I was the dude who went out in shorts today. I don't doubt that. I mean, I did that first thing this morning after I puked. It's such a gross talk. I don't like talk, like, no one wants to hear about puke. But seriously, I have a question. Like, do you guys sweat before you puke? Because I swear to God, I woke up this morning and I could feel sweat running between my boobs. Like, I was sleeping, and that's how I knew. I was like, oh, shit. Boo, boo, boo. Straight to the bathroom. It's cold outside. It's cold and nasty, and I slept in wet hair. That's what my hair says. Katie slept in wet hair. And this is what happens when I sleep in wet hair. It's just too much hair, man. I have, like, too much hair. That's all I got. I don't know. I don't have an answer for it. Yes, cool. I'm glad I'm not the only. Our dogs love snow. Oh my God, Rod, I'm so happy she loves it. These dogs, like, it's such a case in point that they are built for this weather when it snows because they just fucking live for it. Your body's prepping you. Sick. Awesome. I mean, I'm a sweat monster too. Like, if I work out or something, I am a sweat beast and I fucking hate it. I don't like being sweaty. But when I woke up this morning at like 6 to puke because my body decided to deny dinner, I was just like, oh, it was gross. And then I got the mouth sweats, of course. There isn't a clip that captures the full essence of the mom. Oh, I'll have to tell him. No, that's cool. We can clip it out of the VOD, honestly. That'll be totally fine. I'll have to tell him, though, because he'll probably be grateful that I don't watch just a partial of it. He probably wants me to watch the whole thing, which is facts. What up, Viata? Oh, my God. I need to grind up some weed. Hold on. Oops, I opened it on the wrong monitor. One sec. One sec. I want to see Zelda in the snow. Oh, my God. Oh my God, she's such a little butterball. I love her so much. Oh my God, look at her. Do none of the other dogs go out with her? Do they all hate it? Oh, she's so perfect. I love her. Oh, she's so. Do they really? Yeah, Millie hated it. Millie, she'd go out in snow. Like, she was, like, kind of curious about it, but no interest in being in it. She hated being cold. Yeah. Millie was the same. But these dogs, oh yeah, they fucking dig it a lot. It's amazing, and I really enjoy that they like it. My hair is fucking gonna. I know! I had therapy. I literally just got out of therapy, so if I seem slow or, like, really mushy, it's because I am. I'm gonna grind up some weed. I'm also insanely sober, so this is actually, I can't remember the last time I didn't smoke before noon. I haven't smoked at all today. She's pristine. The fuck? Who am I? I know. But, well, here's the thing, Rooster. I was thinking to myself, I was like, either I can stream in the morning and it's going to be like a short stream. It'd be like a 3-hour stream. Or I could just wait till after therapy and just do whatever the fuck I want and stream however long I want. Because it's going to be, I already did the dog stuff. So I'm good now. I'm going to grind up some of the OJ Kush. It says it's a 60-40 sativa. Who knows? Zacatecus. Oh my God. I saw your DM literally right before I went live. I had therapy and shit today, so I was hella busy. All I saw was like the beginning part that you've been like tentatively accepted or whatever. That's very exciting. I can't remember the wordage, but I'm fucking stoked. What up, Chucky? How are you? Oh, is stream running like BS? Oh, is it? I haven't dropped any frames and it says I'm running real nice. Like, I'm barely even touching my CPU right now, so I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping it's working okay. Maybe give it a refresh. In college, got drunk the night before, woke up sweating, and realized what was happening before I yucked. Couldn't barf the John as it was occupied. So I chundered in. Oh, dude, I've done that. I've done that so many times. Like, if the sink is the first thing I reach in the bathroom, and like you're at that point where you're like, I'm hitting the sink, bitches. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna fucking puke on the ground. Like, what do? I've puked in the bathtub. I've done all the above. What are you gonna do? What's crazy is I didn't puke until I was like 27 years old. 27 was the first time I actually like puked since I was like a baby. I went to a PAX and a bunch of people I was hanging out with were like, we want to see Katie without a filter. So they decided to buy me just drinks, just like booze. Lots of booze. Where's my bowl? And I got obliterated, like blackout. Like, I don't remember part of the night, but my boyfriend I was with at the time was so worried about me because he'd never seen me drink that much because I don't drink. I've never been a heavy drinker in my life. He shoved a toothbrush down my throat until I puked. Like, literally, he was just like choking me on the toothbrush. And it just like unloaded the floodgates. And now I just, my body's like, oh, we can do this all the time. It's great. It's great fun. But I mean, you do feel better after you puke. I'd much rather puke because before I would get sick and just feel shitty and just never puke. Like, I would just feel gross, but puking feels great sometimes. I found the switch. It was the switch. Seriously, it was so weird because I was like, a lot, like, by that time we got home, I remember him shoving the toothbrush. I don't remember like getting back to our hotel or anything, but I remember being over the toilet laughing hysterically while he was sitting there with, like, you know those toothbrushes, they have like a really fat middle and then they're tapered at both ends. They're like a comfort toothbrush or whatever. I don't know. It's basically all toothbrushes nowadays. I remember him sitting there like shoving that shit into the back of my throat and I was laughing just like, it's never gonna happen. I was wrong. I was deeply wrong. Najil, it's your fucking birthday, bitch. I've been fucking thinking about it, not in an obsessive way, but just so I remembered all fucking day. Happy birthday. I hope it hasn't been horrible. Have you checked your butthole? Calm the bitch down. Not lately. Shall we cheers? I'm hella sober. I knew it was coming in enough time that I grabbed a bottle of water and a cold washcloth. I never have that much time. Holy shit. I paid way too much to renew my passport super fast, picking it up Monday, and then I can book my consultation. I'm so excited for you. Dude, getting a fucking expedited passport, though. I'm so sorry you lost your life savings. Worth it, but Jesus fucking Christ. I had a friend who did that one time because we were traveling together, and she didn't realize hers was, like, it wasn't expiring, but in some countries, when you go to them, your passport can't expire within, like, 6 months of the trip or something weird like that. And hers was going to, and she had to expedite it. Yeah, hers was, like, $230, something. Oh, it was just... I think it was more. With the exchange, I think it was, like, $250 to expedite. Oh, God, it was disgusting. Just highway robbery. Fucking crazy. Calm the bitch down. Now I'm cheersing. Sorry. It's real. I literally just cleaned the shit out of it, so it's a little wet. Cheers. I like this strain. I got this because of you, Viata. I swear to God, a long time ago, I got an some OJ strain, and I hated it. It made me kind of sleepy and like dopey, which some people like. I'm not into. And so I just stayed away from them. And when you got one like 6 months ago or something, and I was like, okay, I'll try it again. And they're great. Like, ever since then, I don't know. I think maybe I just got a bad batch one time. I'm stuck. Not a bad batch, but, you know, something. Now I'm pro drunk. Cheers, Stonies and Drunkers. Dude, I wish. I seriously, like, almost every time I drink, if I drink enough to actually get a little drunk, I will puke the next day. It sucks. It's, like, inevitable. I know it's going to happen, which is probably half the reason I don't drink anymore, because it just sucks. I looked at the doctors in the clinic and found their various published work, noticed very little with autism, OCD, my unique mix. So hoping, oh my God, yes. I mean, honestly, they'd be an idiot not to. I really, really think you have a good chance. I'm so fucking excited for you. You better go find that filter before Vissy. Oh my God, it's right here. It's right here. It's seriously. We're good. I know. It's here. I literally, when I clean my bong, I just set my bowl and my filter on my, like, little monitor shelf. They're right there. We're good. I would have noticed in a couple hits. I would have been like, why does this taste funny? The clinic gives reduced prices if you agree to help them with science. Fucking A, I wish places in America did that. A lot of the time you can get like totally a toss up. What I've personally like experienced and noticed in the US in general is that either if the state offers medical and recreational, medical is either significantly cheaper than recreational or astronomically more expensive, but it's not different. Like you can't there like the highest concentrations are what I'm buying, like 29, 30% shit. I've never seen anything higher than like 31% really, outside of dabs, obviously. Fun facts that I learned from the news today. Oh my God, is it about George Santos? Dude, I cannot with this, Zoe. The George Santos. Has anybody else been following this George Santos shit? Or whatever his other name is that he goes by. He has like 3 names he's gone by in his life. He is such a fucking liar. Anthony DeVolder is the one of them. Yes. He is. I'm just like, I've very lightly been following it, just like with watching, Stephen Colbert and the late night guys in the morning. But what in the sin fuck is going on there? Can anyone? How does he still have a job? He hasn't attended half the universities he claims he like. I mean, the claims it's like the football player that was trying to get an office in Georgia. Oh my God, I blanked on his name. Which I found out he was a ballerina in the 80s, by the way, which is hilarious. Yeah, it's crazy. Let me read this by Zoe. George Santos was a drag queen in Brazil. Yes, under a different name, allegedly. Ron DeSantis hates African American history and is moving to get versions of it removed from Florida schools. Not shocked. And way too many states are now implementing anti-trans bills that are impacting trans adults. Really? Is there like nasty shit that's been going through recent? I haven't seen anything recent. It's like gross to ask, but can you give me an example? I feel gross asking, but seriously, like I just didn't hear about this. Rejoice, for I have returned. Stuff your children full of sugar and decorate eggs in my honor. We will discuss the superiority of French toast over all other breakfast foods. Okay, Money. So while you were gone, we had a small discussion. And while I worship French toast, like good French toast made with like challah bread or something is fucking the best thing you can put in your body. I don't think it counts as a pancake or a waffle because you're taking pre-made bread and just soaking an egg and frying it in a pan. Whereas pancakes and waffles, like it's because if we include French toast, then basically we have to include donuts and every fucking breakfast pastry known to man. French toast is a perfect thing when done well. But, I mean, you're not, unless you're making it. Vanilla extract, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 100% yes. George Santos is the Tiger King of the house. Just when you think it can't get any crazier, they find something new. Seriously, at first, like when I heard his name, I was like, who is this guy and why are people talking about him? And the more that comes out about him, I just don't understand how he still has a job in any way, shape, or form. He's just lied out every orifice possible. Yes, he's similar to Herschel Walker in just the extremeness of his, I feel like there's something in my eye, of his like claims to whatever the fuck he is. There's something in my eye every day, I swear to God. I don't know if is he fugitive in some country? The worst thing that I heard about he did is he offered to help raise money for a military vet's dog to have surgery. And once he raised the money, he closed the GoFundMe and stole all the money and did not help the person with their dog. I mean, you don't fuck with dogs in my house. I'll come over there and talk to you. We'll have a fucking conversation. You notice they're only going after the gay brown liar and none of the white old gay liars. Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, same with Herschel Walker. I mean, they would never point out any of... yes. 100% yes. I would have sworn Herschel Walker was a Walking Dead character. For real. I found out in 1988, the year I was born, he did ballet. And it's some of the most hilarious footage I've ever seen in my life. No, he wasn't good. It's humorous. Oh my God, Chucky. I found an old school ESO clip from Ryan's stream. Yes, but I have to give you a permit. Tell me when you're ready. Do you hear about the baby that was born without eyelids? They performed a surgery using his foreskin to give him some. He ended up a little cockeyed. I don't even know what to do with that. Well done. Touche. It's great. Runny fried eggs on lightly toasted bread with strawberry. Oh my god, runny fried eggs though on bread with anything. Fuck it, dude. I would never fight you over that. I mean, I might fight you for it, maybe. Team waffle. I'm team waffle too. It's got built-in little crevices for the butter and the syrup. Okay, next question though. Maple syrup or fake shit? Because there's only one right answer. There's something in my eye. I'm going crazy. He was born George Anthony DeVolder Santos. Oh, so he's just using pieces of his name. AKA George Santos. Yes, the George Santos stuff is pretty fucking crazy. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know he was gay. I mean, I should have assumed it. I mean, shouldn't assume anything. But after finding out he was, the drag queen, I had no idea. I don't know who this person is other than apparently he lies a lot. Thank you. Been there, done that, though. Who hasn't, right? Who hasn't fucking dove into death? Like 4 years ago, there was a Swedish streamer here on Twitch that was found raising for a kid who needed some expensive surgery. He gathered for almost a year and then disappeared. I think that happens a lot. There are a lot of sketchy people out there that are, yes. Maple syrup. I'm all about real maple syrup. I'm a maple fiend, though. I'll eat maple fucking anything, any day. Oh my god, maple candy, maple bar. Fuck me up with maple. Ugh. Waffle French toast. Wait, do you make French toast and then put it in a waffle maker? How do you keep it from getting too dry? Wait. Okay, I kind of get where you're coming from, and I like the idea. The void tank. Shut up. That's amazing. As real as I can get for syrup. I'm the same. Berries on waffles, not syrup. Okay, I don't live in an area where there's berries. I live in the desert, so it's really hard to get a hold of like good berries. But growing up, we used to do blueberries and stuff, or like peaches. My mom's homemade canned peaches on shit was really good. Okay, so this is the example of horrible anti-trans bills going through. Arizona, MT. Is that Montana? I'm real bad at this. ND, North Dakota, MS, Missouri have laws proposed in the legislators to ban drag shows. What? With vague enough wording that they would impact trans people. WV bans transvestite exposure or display. Okay. Transvestite, though? Oh, Mississippi, not Missouri. Thank you. Mississippi. MS Mississippi. Thank you. That's not... Okay. That word made me feel really gross inside to say out loud, but what the fuck? WV bans quote unquote. These are quotes, by the way. Zoe's not using this language in case that wasn't clear. Transvestite exposure or display, end quote. Any's proposed bill does the same as WV if the performance is different from the performer's legal gender. Wow. More proof that these fucking legislators think way more about gay sex than any of us do. What the fuck? Yes, Psychoticus. I heard, unfortunately, there's not like a full good clip of it, so I'm going to wait till after his stream's done and get it out of the VOD because I got to see it. I'm very excited / nervous to see that. I'm still tanking the void. I mean, is that why Trick sleep fights? Crepes are delicious. I've only had crepes like 4 times in my life because they're just not really popular here. Death Santos apparently blocked an AP African American Studies class from going to high schools in Florida. What? Wait. Hold on, I have to read this again. Death Santos apparently blocked an AP African American Studies class from going to high schools in Florida. What? What? I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Every day. I don't think you don't need a crepe maker, right? Isn't it just like, oh my god, I gotta get a mirror. I'm dying. Isn't it just like super thin pancake batter or something? Every day, I swear to fuck, my eyes are like a goddamn trap for whatever's in the air. This is just, I'm so sorry. I just can't think straight. He has declared that Florida is where woke goes to die. Oh, God. That's just... Okay, hold on. I gotta get this whatever's in my eye out, but that's fucked. What is it? Nothing? I'm just losing my mind. Yeah. I'm losing my mind. I don't know. Therapy ruined me. Yeah, thin pancake batter and really hot pan. That's what I thought. I didn't think you needed like a special tool for it. The crate maker makes it so easy, my friends. No shit. Wait, what is it though? Like, what? Isn't it just a pan? Like, I cannot even picture what outside of a pan a crate maker would be. Is that weird? Stay asleep, Florida. New slogan. Facts, though. I swear it's just an eyelash. Going crazy. I'm gonna pluck all my eyelashes out trying to get it. On the bright side of things, church leaders in one state filed a lawsuit challenging anti-abortion legislation based on the laws being against the separation of church and state. That's pretty dope, actually. New rules. Black people didn't exist in America until MLK got killed in Memphis. Is that literally what they're like? That's their anti-African American history studies, whatever. That's what they're. Is that real? Is that real? I don't know what to say to that. I mean, in my what I think will happen, just because when I was a kid, if we found out there was something we weren't allowed to learn about or weren't supposed to learn about, we went and found it as fast as fucking possible and tried to figure out what the fuck they're trying to get us not to read or look at because we were little shits. And kids are a lot smarter than I was that age nowadays because they don't have to use fucking encyclopedias. They have the internet. Ooh, it's the company is Moose Labs. Moose like Moose Labs. And it's just called Mouthpiece, but peace like peace. At Moose Labs, yeah. Thank you, Glut. Glut pinned it in our Discord in the hypothetical shenanigans. So if you just go to the hypothetical shenanigans channel and then go to pinned messages, it's probably it's the latest one on there. It's pretty dope though. I enjoy it. I've only had to change my filter twice, which is pretty impressive to be honest. Meanwhile, Kim Reynolds in Iowa is trying to push through school vouchers from the state for privately funded Christian schools. Oh, America. Chat, please check your butthole for anti-trans legislation. Thanks. Also, take your joy and drink water.
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
I forgot my water. I'm going to forget it. Damn it. It's just an eyelash. They're just too long. It's really weird when Europeans migrated to America. A lot of the people from Scandinavia were origin from Africa, and at least a lot of the males were homosexuals, and it was no big deal at all. But 20 years later, racism and homophobia is not only a thing there, but even worse than fucking Russia. I mean, how the F did that happen? Dude, it's wild how we were talking about that yesterday, like how things can happen in one country and they spread like wildfire like that. Like other countries go, oh, you can do that? And the hate just spreads and it's disgusting. What up, Ghetto? How are you? I'm all right. I'm fucking tired. I feel like I'm getting sick. I hope I'm not, though. In Scotland, the government passed the Gender Recognition Reform Bill, which, TLDR, made changing your gender easier. The UK government stepped in and used a never-before-used piece of devolution legislation to block it. That's really sad and pathetic, but not shop. Moose labia, shut up. I love it. Shut up. It's so perfect. It's beautiful. I'm on the cusp of finally getting out of my shithole job and I'm overjoyed. Fuck yes, dude. Good for you. Do you have another job like on the lineup? The UK is, I mean, like obviously I'm only fed what we get on the media. I'm American, therefore kind of just inherently kind of dumb. But whenever I see shit about the UK on the news and stuff, it feels like America light. It feels like US light. But not light. You know what I mean? Just another version. I don't mean like it's less than or more than. You couldn't even compare the two shitstorms. It just feels like even when I was there visiting, reading the papers and shit, I was like, wow, this feels like I'm at home. It felt like I was in the US a lot of the time, you know? It was weird. Ooh, Slade your language testing. I did so well in my reading comprehension, I never have to take it again. Fuck yes. Oh my god, you have a waffle? Shut up. I love waffles and real maple syrup. I mean, the entire USA is still kind of new and formed by migration from all over the world. It really should be the place with no racism. I mean, OFC, slavery helped with that, but it goes for all races. I just don't get it. It's because it's systemically built into the way our country functions. I don't know how else to word that. Not to excuse it. I mean, we are always trying to like see it and suss it out and fucking shake it off and not be that way anymore. But it's like, yeah, I don't know how else to put it. It's literally systemically built into the entire foundation of our country in every way, shape, and form. And so, like, yes, I agree with you 100%. But I don't know I don't even know how to go about it. Like, how do you start, like, with all this crazy, like, African history now? Like, what the fuck? And that racism stopped immediately after MLK and all this shit. Like, I just don't even know, like, what year is it right now? No shit. Did you see the Daily Show? Leslie Jones interview with president of Planned Parenthood? No. What was that like, Mishy? Tequila and OJ makes you feel better if you feel the sickened coming on. A shot or two at the bottom of a 12-ounce glass of OJ. Wait, with what in it? Oh my god, tequila though? I like tequila. Most people say it makes them sick though. They have a lot of the same issues. They have different groups to be racist about. Yeah, it's gross. It's everywhere. There's hate and racism everywhere, really. I don't think there's a place in the world that doesn't exist. Scotland's pretty damn progressive. The UK government has been conservative since 2010. I know. Isn't Scotland one of the first countries to make menstruation things free? Or at least tax-free? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they did that recently. My current employer has a problem with the systemic toxic masculinity. I mean, that's a huge problem too. Systemic everything. I mean, everything that's a big problem that we have such a problem fighting is probably because it's just systemically built in, like women's rights. Like we're not even mentioned in the Constitution. Therefore, according to the really old men in the government, they don't have to, we just don't matter. Like a dead body has more rights than I do in my country right now, which is pretty fucking wild. If you ask me, but that's just me. Who am I? I have gifted subs from streamers I've never heard of. Well, that's exciting. New friends? By paying attention to elections, especially at local levels, it starts with education and how it's being controlled, 100%. And I think, unfortunately, the other side has figured that out before our side. From everything to how law enforcement began, housing policy, the Constitution, schools, and labor, everything. Literally, it's in everything. I mean, it's the reason. I don't know if you saw recently in America, we had some voting. And there were, I think, 2 states, was it Alabama and Louisiana, voted to keep slavery. Like, just in 2022, America voted against slavery, and we made lynching illegal. But there were a few states, I think 2 states, if not 3, please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to badmouth states, that were like, no, we're cool with slavery. Because the wording of it, in the way that they word it in these voting documents, basically what it is we incarcerate people of color and then force them to work for no pay. Like, they literally do real jobs like making license plates or doing laundry, etc. Things that go out into the world, and then that prison makes money off of it, and these people don't get paid. It's literally slave labor, and the prison has full autonomous control over how long they keep this person. Forever. It's straight up slavery, and it's ingrained into our fucking country. It's just disgusting. And the more you learn about it, the more you're just like, oh my fucking God. Prison labor. Yeah. And I think there were 2 states that voted to keep it, which is fucking wild. Slavery was on the ballot in 4 states. Thank you. And how many voted to keep it? Oh, thank you, Mishy. I don't know where you saw this, but the age of 65, we've deemed you're too old to perform your job and are encouraged to retire. Yet our country is ran by people exceeding that age who never have to retire. Interesting. And we probably never will get to retire. The founding fathers did a hell of a lot of work striking around skirting around the word slavery. 100%. The wording, oh my God, the wording of so many of our legislative documents is the reason so many things are fucked up. There's lots of there's lots of janitorial prison labor that I didn't even know about. Here, how are we any better than North Korea, Russia, or China? We have better PR. I think that's about it. Not to get hella dark. But I think literally. Media. It's disgusting. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. We're not. We like to think we are. I don't know, man. At least we don't have a fucking designated haircut yet. That's coming probably. I don't know. I don't want to be here for that. I don't know. It's really fucking weird. I work for the federal government because equal opportunity is built into the fabric of our workplace. I have no problem with defaulting any position I'm equally qualified for a person of color or other underrepresented group because those voices need to be heard in a workplace to keep it modern, respectful, and morally responsible. I 100% agree. I couldn't agree harder, ghetto. Like any space where there's a gathered population of people needs to be diverse in order for it to be healthy and respectful and morally responsible. You cannot put a bunch of white people in a room and expect the same. As good as we all think we are, because we're blind to it. Like, I can't speak to the experience of someone who is of color or otherwise, you know? Like, it's ignorant to think I could. But for some reason, there's a huge population of people in our government and in leadership positions who think they can. They're like, oh no, I can totally identify with you and your problems. Oh, pancakes because there are no waffle places around here. Anubis, you don't have a waffle maker? I don't think I've ever not had a waffle maker. We're going to fuck around with these anti-trans laws and women won't be able to wear jeans again. Dude, I can't even. The anti-trans legislation, the fact that they started attacking kids and it, like, a population of us were like, what the fuck? And it's still happening. Like, nothing was stopped is pretty fucked up. Our world doesn't care about kids, period. End of story. Shoot them, whatever. They don't care. I actually think there's a strong that the strong patriotism, I can speak, also helps people to look the other way. Oh, absolutely. And the weird thing is, like, and again, I can only speak to like personal experience and where I've lived on the West Coast, I lived in Seattle, and I've lived in Baltimore. I've lived on both coasts, and now I'm in the middle. Those are my experiences, just to give background on that. And like, the world around us sees America as super nauseatingly patriotic and sees us as like, America, we've all got fucking ripped off sleeves and America tattoos and we're like sweating and drinking Bud Light and, you know, that's the image of it. But in my personal experience, I see so fucking little of that. And I know there's portions of our country where that is existentially very popular. But I don't know anyone personally who feels great about flying just an American flag at any time of year. None of us feel great about it anymore. Like, my parents have never flown an American flag any time. And like, we don't have a flag in our house. Like, how do I word this? If I see an American flag flying in someone's yard, I kind of assume they're an asshole. Probably. Or they're from the military. And those are not synonymous. Because some military people are and thank you for your service. I'm proud of you too. But that's it. Like, but it's not, I just don't see it often. It's just what the media feeds the rest of the world in terms of like America. Like, this is America. It's not, you know, any that I've seen. I'm sure it's very small port. Even in the fucking tiny ass redneck town I grew up in of bumfuck nowhere with population 1,500, still to this day population 1,500, there was none of that. I've never known anyone to be, like, I've known people to be far more violently, like, patriotic about their football team than anything that has to do with their state or their, like, a state flag or a country flag or anything like that. They'll die for their football jersey or their hockey jersey or their baseball team. But, like, it's a weird thing because I know a lot of my friends, like, not just people stopping by, friends of mine will be like, man, America's just so fucking patriotic though, isn't it? Doesn't it make you kind of sick? And I'm like, we aren't really. Like, I don't see it. I don't experience it. I don't see it. You go around like, yes, if you go to a government building, there's going to be an American flag flying above it. That's just a law. That's a law. That's like a thing. But other than that, I really don't see that sense of like insane nasty patriotism anywhere I've been, and I've driven across the country multiple times. Yes, there's little pockets of it, but it's not the majority of people here by any means. It's just the extreme, which I think is entertaining and makes for a good read. We're not interesting if you just think of us as you, just like trying to live under our shithole leaders. But we're really interesting if you think of us all like half naked with cutoff shorts, like cheersing smashed Bud Light in the air, slow motion on our four wheelers while we mud in American flag bikinis. Like, that's way more exciting. So I get it, but it's so fucking unrealistic. It's just not a thing at all. You are American, Katie. I am, unfortunately. You are a representation of your society, and you and your American chat are just as American as those who control the narratives and run the propaganda campaigns. Are just as, just as American. I mean, that's 100%. But I think there's a difference between being like ultra, what is it, like that nationalism? Yes. Nationalism, or that nauseating amount of patriotism where it's like, my country can do no wrong shit. I think that's where we get into the really dangerous zones. And I think a lot of people think that way in my country right now. And I don't think that. Everybody can do wrong. That's the only way you fucking learn. Like, we don't think about it because it's just the way it is, but saying the pledge is really fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. You know what's funny, Glut? We were just talking about this the other day. I think it was super early because you weren't in yet. Or I don't think you were here yet, but we were talking about it. My tiny school, we weren't required to do it, so I don't know it. I tried to do it. I couldn't remember the middle of it. Like, I think Cocky had to help me. I don't know it very well, but it is fucking weird. It's very culty. The image of the US we get, and this goes for all current causes on social networking too, our image of it comes from the loudest, most obnoxious parts. Exactly. 100%. I get that. Yes. Yeah, 100%. And that's like, honestly, I can honestly say before I was, out of high school and like becoming a worldly person and traveling and shit, my image of the UK, everybody was crazy football freaks. You were all the Green Street hooligans, all of you, every single one of you. You live on beer and like sausages and potatoes, and you say all right a lot. Like, that was it, because that was all I knew from media, literally British. Or you were like, is it called a chavvy? They're really tan. I don't know. Lizzie taught me this word for it. The very, very fake tan, bleach blonde, intense makeup look thing. Like, those were my two. That was it. That was all London. Like, if I went to London, I was expecting to see like pub brawls and that. Like, and it's just what you're shown. Like, literally, I was not fucking exposed to anything else. It's very bizarre. It's really cool now, honestly, with like the innovation of the internet, like, and Netflix and stuff. There's, the Great British Baking Show, and just like all the British TV we're able to get where it's like real people, not just like the Americanized version of the British person. Like, they're not all Peaky Blinders. Oh, I figured out what was gone. Oh, what was it? Not the bong, not being clean enough. I had to go back to Bong Basics 101.1. Was smoking too slow? Oh, yep. You let the smoke sit in the bong? I didn't even think about that. Oh my God. I've done that before. Metal, I've done that so many times. Oh, I'm so happy you figured it out though. Fuck that. How many eagles and how much flag apparel do you need? Right? Like, I have exactly 7 American Eagles in the closet. Mostly extremely vocal nationalist, patriotic shit. Feels like to talk a lot of shit, but either won't join or straight up can't qualify for service. 100% yes. I've never met a military person who's like, America! And wears a flag on their body. And I know a lot of people who are ex-military. Not that that's a bad thing if they do, but I don't know anyone who does. This is the DeSantis shit? Wait. An intro. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is a video about... wait. Is this the one? Hold up. I tried to click your link. Open, you fucking ass. Okay, I got it. Jesus Christ. Fucking computers. It's probably me. I hope I'm not getting sick. I don't know how I would. I go out like twice a week. I just feel weird and sweaty. Weird and sweaty. One of the best... Oh, hold on. I'm moving it to the right screen so we can watch it together. And hear it together. Didn't we already hear this fucking song? I love you, Bo, but that was repetitive. Hold up. One of the best Augustus Hill speeches from the show Oz was debunking the mythology that the world is made great by the deeds of quote-unquote great men. Quote, fuck Caesar, fuck Lincoln, fuck Mahatma Gandhi, I can say that. The world keeps turning because of you and me, the anonymous. Societies crumble because there ain't enough bread. Wars are started over a game of checkers. Dude, that's so fucking real, though. That's beautiful. For the rest of the world, the whole propaganda that's been going on since the 40s are still going on about how strong the nationalism in the USA is. It's also part of the scare tactics science. Strong patriotism makes people support the military, etc. 100% yes. Which is so weird because you don't see anyone in the military doing that at all. They are some of the most woke people you'll meet, to be honest. And if there's anyone here that's current, whatever, again, thank you for your service. You do something I could never fucking do. Chav is the thing. Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to, As soon as I became politically aware in school, I refused to say the pledge anymore. Such a creepy ritual. I would have refused. If I would have known what the fuck we were doing, like if we would have been required to, I would have refused. It's so weird. Teacher in my school didn't require us to say it, but said, if you don't stand up to do it, please at least stay quiet while others do. That's what my school did too. If we ever, like, there were like 3 teachers that if they were your homeroom teachers, they'd make you do it, but they wouldn't like force anyone. They would just, I haven't hypothetically used a bond in forever. Hypothetically switched over to vaping. Much prefer it. Fuck yes. I'm glad you like it. See, and vaping doesn't work for me, but for people that it does, fuck it. You could switch to a bond. I'm on it. I'm into it. We got British programming on BBC when I was growing up. Really, I got like Mr. Bean, basically. Like that was it. Again, not a great representation. Cold smoke is terrible. So if you guys, let's cheers real quick and I'll show you what I mean because I owe it anyways. Thank you, Cut and Run. I'll show you what I mean. So the cold hit, what happened in, so we had a conversation yesterday. We had a mysterious bong stink. Metal's bong, for some reason, was spotlessly clean, nice new filter on it, clean bowl, and he was getting disgusting pulls out of it. So what can happen is when you take a hit, I took a pretty big hit, right? It's still full of smoke. And it will just sit there. And then when you go to take another hit, it fucking tastes like an asshole. And if you don't know what's in there and you just leave it, it just like sits on the water and becomes sterile. Oh, it's gross. It's like bong water. Don't do that. I know exactly. Yeah, the stale smoke. I'm so glad you figured out what it was though, and it wasn't your bong. Fuck. Oh my God, Brittany, what's up, honey bean? I fed Brittany bitch this morning. She's getting big and spicy. I tried to take a picture of her, literally, and she scuttered away the second I picked up my phone. Stupid hoe. With all the military bases around here, that's exactly the thing. Most of the we're gonna civil war and then go home and order takeout don't serve, haven't served, and are boomer vets. 100% yes. I've never known anyone who serves or has served, even boomers who do any of that. My grandpa, he was from World War II. He fucking despised patriotism. That nationalism shit reminded him of Nazi shit, and he was adamantly against it. Adamantly. That was so gross. I'm gonna take a good hit because that was disgusting. Don't do that to yourself. I just wanted to show you guys what can happen. So if any of you experience weird stinky bong out of nowhere, now you know why and you know how to prevent it. Take the full hit. Seriously. Like, don't pull off that bowl as long as you can if you can't take the full hit. An elevator? I've never smoked an elevator. What is that? Is that like a volcano kind of thing? No shit, mindless? That's sad. Gnarly stagnant hits are the worst. She is shy. She's going to be so big, though. It gets stale almost instantly. We used to cover the top if we couldn't clear it. 100. Yes, it literally gets stale instantly. And that's why I cover my bowl. If I don't toast my bowl, I have like little glass, like old pots that had like dabs in them or something. And I use those to top my bowl because your bowl will continue to burn and smoke will just trickle down into this. And like there's a water break, but it'll just sit in that pipe. And then when you go to take a nice new hit, the first fucking thing to touch your lips is going to be that. However old that was. Your boy said, Mama, shut the fuck up. I was just thinking of you the other day. Why? I was thinking of you yesterday and I wanted to ask you something. Ball sacks. I do not remember now. God damn it. I'll remember. That makes me very happy, mad. It's because he's perfect. You gotta pull till it's clear. Otherwise, you're just fucking your next hit. Ugh. I'm so sorry you did that to yourself, Metal. I'm bad at that. I haven't done it in a bit. It's the worst. Ice is, if you can fit ice in your bong, it's a great option. It makes hits smooth as fuck. The whole thing is you take 2-liter pet bottle. Oh, it's a gravity bong. Yes, we used to do it when I was a kid. We'd like fill up the sink with cold water. A kid, teenager, whatever. Fill up the sink with cold water and then get like a liter soda bottle, cut the bottom off, and use that. Yes, I have. Yes. Yeah, you just gotta pull it till it's clear. I mean, if I've done it before though, absolutely. I agree. Re-militarism though, my grandfather lost it on me once in my life, and it's when I considered joining the military. He told me he served so I would never have to. My grandpa said the exact same thing to me. Literally. I kind of like toyed with the idea, but I've known my personality type. It would have been hell for me, hell for them, just not a good match. Unless I had to, of course, but I decided that was not the route for me. But my grandpa said I can almost fucking hear him say, he served so I wouldn't have to. That's so crazy. Was he Marine? My grandpa was a Marine. I wonder if that was a Marine thing. I don't know. My grandpa was a merchant Marine. We can all thank Alan Dulles for Operation Paperclip, where we directly imported Nazi scientists into many of our own science programs. It was literally called Operation Paperclip. I've heard about this. Like, I've read about this. Like, we all know that the vast majority of our science and shit came from Nazi shit. It's disgusting and horrible. And, oh my God, there's literally 600 of her. I wore my mask in all my traveling vacations and every time I've been in a public place, and I still haven't gotten COVID. I'm not saying it's foolproof, but I don't want to be sick. Pearl, that is the goal. We try to stay chill as hell, man. The world's too chaotic and full of hate as it is, right? That was well said. I mean, it was eloquent but fucking sassy, and I loved it. No shit. Oh, I remember that. Oh my God. And I mean, honestly, Zakat, same. Like, I leave the house like once a week. I mean, I run, I like go exercise and stuff, but like I leave with my vehicle to like buy pot maybe, or like, you know, maybe get a massage or something. Like, I really don't go out. So I've tried to stay as safe as possible, but I know people who are just as cloistered as you and I who have gotten it mysterious, like just being as safe as possible. They're vaccinated and everything. Thankfully, they're still fucking alive because they were vaccinated and stuff, but it's like, I'm good. I don't even like getting the cold. Like, if the mask can prevent the cold, I'll wear that. Fuck that. David, no. Are you doing worse or better, or what's going on with your lung? There's some good sides of TikTok. It's just like everything else though. Like I say that about like Reddit. I've learned amazing things off Reddit. I've become very educated via Reddit, but it's a cesspool at times, just like any fucking media is. You got to dig. What up, Banana? How are you? Why not waffles and pancakes? Wait. Why not waffles and pancakes? Oh my God. Too fucking shay. God damn it, Banana. You got me there. You got me there. You got me fucking there. Sorry, I have so many links up. I was just trying to clear some out. There's just a lot. I don't want my shit to crash. Don't do it. Don't crash. Do it. Try it. I used to wear my mask, but I stopped because, well, I don't really leave my house unless I'm working. I wear it if I go out, basically. Mass, like crowded public areas and stuff, literally because I don't want to get any sick at all. I haven't gotten COVID and I live in chaotic Africa, so either I didn't get hit somehow due to the miracle or it didn't affect me as much. I've kind of like, there's actually like studies in America that you can volunteer to go to if you haven't gotten COVID yet and you think you're kind of like maybe immune or something, because Zach and I kind of feel the same. For like, we're safe, but I didn't, like, for instance, I never washed my groceries. I never wiped groceries down with a Clorox wipe or any of that shit. I always wore a mask, washed the fuck out of my hands, didn't touch anybody, stayed away from the sneezers, but I wasn't like at that level of like, oh, with the shit when COVID was happening. But again, we didn't have to go out because we work from home and stuff, which is really nice. But like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, same, nothing. Ooh, are they? Has Twitter been kind of fucky for anybody else lately? Just your feed. I'm a COVID virgin too. Same. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I'm gonna stay safe. So right lung clear with a tiny spot in my left lung, half the size of my right, is beginning chest pain. It's a possible blood clot. Are they gonna give you like heparin or try to break it down with ultrasound or something? Dude, same, Viata, absolutely not. And especially with the sheer, like, volume of faces you come face to face with, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah, no, sorry. I just had to think, no, absolutely not. I would too. It doesn't hurt anyone. First time we had COVID, my wife didn't even notice it. I was sick like fuck though. I think my parents got COVID before it was even announced because the November before, it started happening, they both got like really, really sick, like deathly ill for like a week. And of course, did not tell me until afterwards. But my mom said, my mom's a medical professional too. She was like, I'm pretty sure we both had it and just had no one was aware of it yet. Um, I don't know. Zach and I have been safe, but just like, not extra, I guess. And to me, it's extra because I have a medical background and I understood what a virus was. Whereas I understand a lot of people were like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, so I'm going to be as safe as possible. In which case, I fucking commend you. Keep your children safe. It doesn't hurt you to wipe your groceries down at all. That being said, viruses aren't alive and they can't live on an inanimate object, so you're good. David Cable, thank you so much for resummoning the class, keeping the classy alive and giving it its wings. Oh, they're going to do an echo? Wait for an echo and then take it in for there. Okay, I hope for the fucking best. Seriously. Those are usually pretty easy to break up, and especially since they caught it early. Really, Pearl? You're very lucky. Were you vaxxed? Did you get it, like, after all the boosters and stuff? Because I've heard a lot, like, 99.9% of all the people, at least that come by my channel, that have told me they've gotten COVID but had vaxxed and stuff, it was basically, like, a mild cold. Twitter is fucky on purpose. No shit. Okay, well, see, that's the thing, Viata. I thought, like, it feels like Twitter is being filtered down because there was one day where I saw a lot of people bitching about Twitter, and then all those tweets disappeared, and I couldn't find them. I was trying to literally show one to Zach because I thought mine was weird too. Like, my feed is weird. There's people on there I don't follow. There's more posts liked showing up on my feed by other people that I don't follow than there are just people I follow. I don't know what the fuck. It's really weird. I hate it. I don't like it. Did I get them both? Hold on. No, there's 3, right? Nope, there's 5. Oh my god, you sent me so much stuff. I didn't even see. I won't say it. I'm not angry. I feel great. I feel too weird to be angry. Oh, there's for you in following? On your phone too? Because I didn't see any options on my phone. Weird. You weren't, but it wasn't too bad for you. I'm very, very happy. Seriously, I had several nurse friends in their 30s die when it first hit because they just, nobody knew how to stay as safe as possible in the hospital environment. And so it was just like horrible accidents, horrible, horrible. It was so bad. But I think some people got lucky and I'm glad. So if the clot breaks down or if it's just an increase of fluid, then a possible drain around the heart. I mean, that's better than drugs and shit. Waffles, I love waffles. There's a new filter that for accounts you follow and shit is getting hidden. Cool. I'm glad it's not. I'm glad I'm not the only one because honestly, I was like, is something like, did people block me or something? Like, I just could straight up. Twitter's been fucked. I don't know what's going on. More pay to win is people who are dumping cash into the system, broadcasting their takes to target audiences. Did you hear that like a bunch of people from fucking like what is it? A terrorist group like paid for blue check marks and it's just I can't. It's just wild. Machina, that's what it was. It was literally like they found out how these few people, because I mean, it happened all over the country, obviously. It was at my old hospital personally that I heard about these horrible stories of people just like dropping like flies nursing and stuff. And what was happening was people were, going into rooms. So what we do, if you go into a room of someone who has a possible airborne thing, is you gel your hands and then you put gown on, gloves, mask, everything, usually a mask with a shield or like what we call a papper mask. It's fucking like a helmet from Tron that has this huge air ventilating system in it and a plastic sheet sucks up against your neck and literally creates like a bubble around your head. They're pretty wild. And so we wear those into the room and then when you come out of the room, you hang all of that up. There's like a middle room, like a mud room or something, like in your house, there's like a mud room for all the equipment, and then you de-sterilize yourself and then you get out. And something was happening where people, when they would come out of the room, they were all using, like, nurses' stations have a bunch of different computers. People were just using computers willy-nilly, and some people weren't following the correct procedure in sterilizing themselves in and out of the rooms. And so one person touching every single keyboard in the entire unit meant every single person was now basically fucking that person like with COVID. And it was just people who, it was a new virus. No one had an immunity to it at all. And people that had weakened immune systems already. Like, there are nurses out there with immunosuppressant diseases. Like, people are everywhere. There's all sorts of people. And that was this. I lost 3 friends in their 30s and 1 friend in his 50s. He was 56. Just within days, they just done. And it was at that point, that's when everybody was like, all right, everybody gets assigned a computer. And when you're done for the day, you fucking dip it in bleach and Lysol and autoclave it or whatever. COVID outbreaks at work is always fun. Oh my God. I remember when people would just get the fucking flu at work. I can't even fucking fathom, dude. What's not to like about pay to free speech? We are having a great time. Oh, it was the media arm for the Al-Qaeda paid for a blue checkmark. Thank you, Hate Wheel. That's what I heard about this morning. Fucking crazy. My mom, who works in the medical field and got it, and she was bringing up really bad. Oh God, she was burned up really bad and was close to rushing to the ER. My dad, who has COVID too, was fine, just a minor cough. Isn't that what? And that's the most dangerous part about it. Oh, it's unfollowing people, Viata? Nuh-uh. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at mine. Oh, that's upsetting. Twitter is just, Twitter is the largest platform for me to reach as many people as possible in terms of Twitch. That's the only reason I use Twitter. And then there's Discord after that. But a lot of people don't want to download and don't want to use Discord. Like, a lot of people just aren't really into Discord, which is fine. And they'll use Twitter instead. And my mods, bless their hearts, usually repost my live tweets. It's just, that's it. Like, until Hive or whatever else pops up becomes as user-friendly and simple as Twitter, like, I don't know what else to do. That's literally the only reason I use it anymore, though. Especially now that it's super fucky. Autoclaving a PC, you know what I mean. Do a search. God, what Viata said, yeah, if there's someone you haven't seen on your Twitter feed for a while, do a search. That's so weird. Tamood, that was my mom got it too. My mom got it, I think, before it broke out big. We are still in COVID. Oh, that's literally how we started the conversation. A little back to us. We were talking about how the majority of us, if we go to walking to my car from my front door, I don't wear a mask. There are no people there. But if I go to the weed shop or if I go to the grocery store, if I go anywhere where I'm going to be around other people in a close, tight thing, because I miss that 6-foot rule that for some reason no one follows anymore, I wear a mask because I don't even want a cold. Like, if the mask is going to protect me from anything, like, I, for a fact, know that the majority of people, at least in the U.S., do not wash their hands before or after pissing in a public bathroom. I don't trust any of y'all to not fucking cough on shit or your hands or loogie on you or booger all over your hands and touch stuff. I don't trust people. I do not trust adults anymore. They're just big fucking gross children. I'd be surprised if you aren't all wearing diapers and fucking shit in your pants. I wouldn't be surprised Musk is evil. What up, Mayo? I know I had therapy today. My brain's a little mushy, but, what do you do?
In the bedroom or just hanging out.
Penetrate that asshole.
That works. Yeah, they issued back to the office order to public servants in Canada because everyone got infected this summer and we still have our immunity. I don't think they've done a national issue back to office, but I know a lot of big businesses are trying to force. I know Elon is, for instance, a lot of big wigs are trying to force people back into the office because they like the culture of it or whatever. I've been hospitalized with the flu. I mask up. Zacatecus right. I haven't been. I probably should have been, But like an idiot, I just sat on my couch and hallucinated for days and sweat my body weight out. But yeah, the flu is no fucking joke. I will wear like there are so many countries in the world that have been wearing masks as a normal thing when they like if you feel sick, you just wear a mask that day and it's totally normal. But for us, for some reason, now it's become like a political thing. Who the fuck likes being sick? Ew. No. Fuck that. Like, hell no. I would like to normalize masks the way that other countries have normalized. Like, if you just feel like shit, wear a fucking mask. It's not weird. It's just courteous. None of us want to get your ick. Have you ever seen how far a sneeze can fly? Thank you, Bayo. Oh, no shit. I avoided it for 2 years. Go over to a friend's house, get COVID. That fucking sucks. That's how literally now every time Zach and I go out, like there was a period of time after the first like 2 years of the hardcore COVID infections and stuff like that. And when, people were trying to say, we're over, it's done now, COVID's done now. And people were kind of like, oh, I guess I don't have to wear a mask. And some businesses were like lifting the mask recommendation or whatever. Zach and I like had a sit down literally and we're like, we're vaccinated and we're boosted. We're relatively healthy people. Should we keep wearing the mask? And we came to the conclusion that, like, we kind of like it. We like that we don't have to smile and we don't get sick because people aren't coughing on us and it doesn't harm anyone to wear one. So why the fuck not? So we just do. And, it has proved us right because obviously every winter there's been a huge fucking breakdown of COVID again. Like, this shit isn't going away. Not enough people are willing to get vaccinated or anything. Yes, go against the data on improved productivity with work from home and force people back because management's insecure. That's exactly what it is. I'm not even fucking Zakat. That's exactly what it is. No shit. There was this report came out. I think Colbert covered it like a couple months ago when people officially started dragging people back into the office that showed people were not only more productive at home, but they had better like quality of life, better everything, like better sleep. They weren't wasting, hours of their day sitting in traffic or sitting on a bus or sitting on a train to get to work every day. Like it was astronomically, everything was better. And then they did a opposing study by people that were like pro it, and the only reason they had to bring people back to the office was to give managers a job again, because it's not fair to lay all those managers off. I bet those managers would just take another job. Just saying. You're just being a dick laying them all off. You obviously have the budget for them. Maybe stop renting huge office spaces in cities and ruining the cities and then pay those people instead. I don't know. Just a thought.
But who the fuck am I?
This is pretty tasty. I've never had one of these before. It's a probiotic soda. Have you guys ever had a Poppy? I don't know. It was on sale for super cheap, so I grabbed it because I like cherry limeade. Kona, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving it any swings. I fucking love you and appreciate you, dear. Yes, you're a sub. You can link it, Machine. Yeah, absolutely. Little Black Dress, same. Hard same. No shit, you caught your first cold since 2018? Dude, the first year of COVID, I didn't have a sinus infection. I was like, guys, there's something about this. Something about these masks, man. I haven't had a sinus infection in a year, and I basically lived in one the majority of my life. Something about it. My job actually seems easier since I've been working from home. I'm not going back. That's everyone I've ever talked to. The only like, I've never heard, no one has ever said, I'd love to go back to the office 100%. Some people are like, maybe like once a week just for social atmosphere and to like touch base. I don't mind going in one day a week to do that part, but I don't get any work done that day. Like none, because there's other people and so and so and so. Like I just don't, there's no understand there. I don't understand it. C-Town, how are you, love? We could take the exactly. We could take that mostly worthless office space and build homes in areas where we can start having walkable cities. Imagine like a community, a city that's a community again. Sinful thoughts. Get the fuck out of here, Kel, with your fucking nonsensical logic. I don't even want to hear it. As Poopy, maybe it's a Poopy. You want to know a fun story? I have an aunt Poopy. That and the cost of building, like, turn into housing. Exactly. The only sad thing is that when all the businesses leave downtown, that cuts down traffic to local eateries in the area. Well, they could, like, there's so many abandoned buildings already that they could turn into housing, like low-income housing and stuff like that. I mean, it's beautiful, well-built buildings. It's not You know, the classic low-income housing where it's, like, shit housing, like slumlording. Like, it'd be nice. I just don't I don't know, man. We could find uses. What up, Safi? How are you?
Blood orgy! Yay! Blood orgy! Blood orgy! Yay!
Valen Vane, you sexy bitch. What up? Welcome, Raiders. My name's Katie, and it's really nice to see you. I had therapy today, so I'm a little mushy. How you doing? Hello, Raiders. Welcome to Classy's Place on Earth. How are you doing? Hi, Valen. How are you, love? They really need to build some decent housing in some of those areas. 100%. Man, you can never we're talking about the housing crisis in America and like how they keep trying to force people to go back to work, but they could turn all these big office buildings into just housing for people and have like community cities again. Imagine. We're just dreaming. We dream big here. Welcome, Raiders. Gruen Dragon just gifted a tier 3 sub to Valen Vane. Valen Vane, use a butt was the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I appreciate you.
Hail Satan, beach hachos.
Shall we cheers? Welcome to my channel. My name's Katie, and I smoke a lot of legal recreational weed. Hail Satan.
Calm the bitch down.
Thank you for the raid. How are you, love? Chris, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving an ace wings for 4 months in a row. I fucking appreciate you.
Hail the Dank Lord B. Pee after sex. It's the best.
Aw, thanks for the scam train, you motherfuckers. I appreciate you. Hello, Cake, my love. Oh my god. My mom's gonna call me tonight with news on your pulmonologist. I am a sight. She worked the past 3 days, so she's got notes for me. I was hoping you would stop by tonight so I could tell you. I figured it would be like in the middle of the night when I talk to her for you, so you'll probably have a DM in the morning. Absolutely. It was kind of a fun project for my mom. She was excited. She got to go talk to people she hasn't talked to in like years. Kona, you'll have to tell me how it is. I've heard really good things about THC beverages in general and that they're pretty dope. There's so many people renting rooms in the area I live in. It would be nice if there were more tiny apartments for folks, right? And not just like high-end condos and shit. Like, it's sad. I feel like every big city has that small little leftover area of it where it's still like small, like rentable housing and walkable, you know, community businesses and stuff to go to. But it's so far few and in between. It's so fucking rare these days. We were talking about sex ed. Oh my god, yes! How Leet Speak came from the Teletubbies. Wait, did it really? Or is that a thing? Is that real? I've been educated. And how I look great in a suit. You look great in everything, bitch. Shut up. Naturally, I had to bring them to the more amazing conversation, Glory, the phenomenal visage. Oh my god, and of course, we're having like a sad conversation about homeless people and the homeless problem in our country and how they're forcing people to go back to work instead of turning their enormous business buildings into low-income housing for people. Welcome. I don't know. Welcome. Smudge, have a beautiful night and thank you for hanging out. Filthy yet wholesome and a stoner, fabulous. That you know what? Filthy and wholesome yet a stoner, that's a great way to describe, I think, the community. I've never heard it put that way, but like a wholesome filth trap of stoners, I would say. Or just like, you know, take your joy. You know what's up.
Calm the bitch down.
Najio, I know I said happy birthday earlier and then you disappeared. Can I sing to you? Do you have a moment? I'm about to get real annoying here. Happy birthday, happy. Oh no, my glasses fell. Happy birthday. This is your day to have a lot of fun. We're all waiting for the celebrating. This is your day. So happy birthday to you. And I guess happy birthday gift to your dad. Because we learned that yesterday, and I'm never going to stop thinking about that one now. I lost my glasses. My headband, technically, because my hair's out of control today. Good Lord. She's an animal. Happy birthday, love. Speaking of Valen looking good, you should see the necklace he's wearing today. Oh my god, is it beautiful? Valen, did you tweet a live photo? Because I want to see it. You see so many homeless people on the street, and then you see empty property. Yes, Sleaze, thank you. That's what I was gonna say. Again, this is kind of like a sad story, but it's an interesting one. It was like life changing for me. I think I was a sophomore in college. It was like my second year of college. It was my year 2 of college. I don't fucking know. Sophomore year, I guess. I was in college for 9 years, so none of it really matters. It was my second year of college, and a friend of mine was in. I can never. It's like something core. It's like Peace Corps, but you do it before you get a degree. You have to have a college degree to do Peace Corps. What's the thing you do before Peace Corps? Bitch, the fuck? It's your birthday. What are you doing? Thank you so much for the 2,500 bits, you crazy hoe. I appreciate you. The fuck? You did? Oh my god, Valen. Dude, you know what I learned early on in the game is that tweets with a picture get interaction and tweets without a picture get lost. So we're all here for the biz. What's up? You're beautiful. Work it. Thank you, you silly fuck. I appreciate you. Trekkie, if you come by, remind me. I would love to sing happy birthday to you. What up, Cloud Girl? How are you? We are quite degenerate. This is true. I'm gonna burn the I'm gonna burn it down. I'm gonna burn the building down. So, when I was a sophomore in college, a friend of mine was in that. I can't remember ever what it's called, but it's basically Peace Corps. But before you have a degree, you do it when you're in college, and you take like a year off college. But your college has an agreement with this thing, and they let you come back. It's super weird. But basically, they ship you off somewhere in the world, and you work for nothing for like a charity or I can't fucking remember what it's called. God damn it. It was called Hands on Hartford anyways. And my friend was placed in Hartford, Connecticut, which at the time was the richest city. No, what was it? The poorest city in the richest state in the US. Literally the poorest city in the US in the richest state in the US, which was Connecticut. I don't know if that's real anymore. It's not Greenpeace. It's like something core. Oh god. I never can remember what the fuck it was called because it's like you're in that program, and then wherever they put you is different. So his was called Hands on Hartford, so I always remember it as Hands on Hartford. I don't remember what it's called. It's some like thing. It's basically pre-Peace Corps. It's pre-Peace Corps. So in order to do Peace Corps, you have to or have already graduated college. This is something you can do while you're in college, and then when you graduate, you're like more likely to get accepted by Greenpeace. It's pre-Greenpeace. You can do it without a college degree, and I cannot for the fucking life of me remember what it's called. God damn it, my brain. I wonder if I Googled pre-Greenpeace. Yes! Chrono, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. If you came with Vane Valen, you're very welcome. We had a nice cheers, and now I'm telling a funny story about when I went to Connecticut. It's kind of funny and weird. It was life-changing for me. Little, white girl from the redneck village of Eastern Washington. So a friend of mine went there to do Hands on Hartford. So basically what happens is they put you in insanely cheap housing with like 20 other kids your age, and you go work at like a food kitchen or you'll work at a homeless shelter or something like that while, you and these 20 other people live in a really cramped space and learn how to maintain like an insanely small budget of money. It's quite a living. So they stop, not right now. So they were doing that. And I just went to go visit him because I'd never been to Connecticut before. And he was like, you can come sleep on my couch, which I quite literally did. And it was so uncomfortable and weird because I'm way too tall. But when I flew into Connecticut, we took a train from the airport to Hartford. And then when we got off the train, my friend was just waiting for me. And he was like, oh, we can just walk to my house from here. And I was like, this is like a huge metropolitan city. What the fuck? But we came in on a Saturday night. And when you're there on a weekend, it's literally a zombie apocalypse city. It is so fucking weird. No one lives in that city. Not right now. No one lives in that city. They only work there. So like Hartford, if you've ever heard of Heartland Insurance, it's like one of the major big over umbrella insurance companies that owns a lot of the smaller insurance companies that have ruined our healthcare system. That Heartland is based in Hartford, Connecticut. And so there's just these meccas of huge fucking buildings. And if you go there on a Saturday or a Sunday, they're fucking abandoned. They're all empty. And I shit you not, we get off the train and we just start walking down this like 6-lane inner city, major street where it would just, any other city, it would be massive traffic any time of day. Like if you were in New York, this would be insane. And we were just walking down the middle of it with our little rolly briefcases. And I remember seeing like a splattering of human blood, like down a wall and a wadded up paper towel. And I was like, oh, this city's already scary. And then when we were turning a corner, I was like, oh, it's kind of like New York because there was this huge pile of what I thought was trash against a wall, just like black trash bags, which if you've ever been in New York City, like there's not a trash system in it of any sort. So people just throw the trash on the street and the city by law has to pick it up. And that's the way it gets picked up. And my friend Phil was like, absolutely not. Those are humans. And it was literally like a 6-foot pile of people trying to sleep and stay warm together like animals against a cold building because all the buildings are covered in spikes. So there's like, probably a total of 10, maybe 15 spots in the city to not sit on spikes and sleep. So people would pile on themselves. And at the time, Hartford had the largest population of homeless in the country, which is insane because Connecticut's pretty darn small. It was fucking alarming. And what I learned later was that the vast majority of those enormous buildings that we were passing are actually just abandoned because insurance companies don't really need to pay that many people to work for them anymore because of computers and the innovations of whatever. So they've just abandoned these buildings. And it's pretty fucking weird to see a handful of enormous skyscraper type business buildings completely abandoned and a pile of human beings sleeping against the outside of it. America. Fucking what? It was weird. I was real young and I actually kind of was a little bit afraid of homeless people. My mom and my parents kind of led me to believe they were all dangerous rapists and I would die. And I ended up going and working at the food kitchen and learning dominoes from a lot of homeless people, and we became friends, and it changed my life. That's the life-changing part. It was horrifying for me. I was a very, very asleep little white girl from the middle of nowhere, and I had no experience whatsoever, and it was fucking life-altering for me. But crazy and just, not right. And I don't think it's gotten any better at all. Just think how many malls are abandoned. Exactly. How many all those huge buildings that no one's going into anymore at all. The anti-homeless architecture, is that literally what it's called? It has a name. It's disgusting. I know in Seattle, they try to pass it off as, anti-pigeon spikes. But, when they're on the ground, you wonder. There's spots around downtown buildings where it's not spikes, but it's, pyramids. The pyramids we used to get on our clothes when we were little goth badasses? Like those, but they're, this big and a little sharp. Just enough to where you could walk across one. It probably wouldn't bother you if you were wearing shoes, but you couldn't sit on it or lay on it. It's hostile architecture. It's fucking disgusting. It's the way we treat people based on their economic status in society is fucking disgusting. It makes me fucking sick. I think we need to take a break. I don't think we've taken one today, and my dogs are telling me it's time. It's time. Is it time, my boy? Yeah. Are you just a boy in the world? Yeah. And that's all that you'll ever be? Spikes or fucking weird benches. Yes! They put they actually went around Seattle and installed extra arms in all the benches. So you can't, now Lilith's gonna hump him because she's jealous. And installed extra arms in all the benches so people can't lay on them. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. I just don't understand. They literally are treating human beings like animals based on, whether or not they have money or if they're addicted to something or homeless. And it's just fucking gross. Break time. Yeah. Every couple of hours we take a break. I run a little 3-minute ad, bundle, bitch, shit, fart, whatever. But only while I'm taking breaks. And I let my dogs go outside to shit because if they shit in the house, I'm real sad about it. If you're new to my channel and didn't know, I have 2 standard poodles. One is named Trick and one is named Lilith. And they're big dopes, but I love them. They love us. Yeah. You just love her. You wanna go outside? Oh. You wanna go outside? Okay. Oh, Lil's like, fuck that. I want cuddles. Oh, man. They have bus stop seats in the UK that are slanted on an angle so homeless people won't sleep on them. I think that's disgusting. I think that's really fucking disgusting. I just think that's disgusting. Am I wrong in thinking that's a gross way to treat humans? I have to go take a nap, but nice meeting you. We'll stop back some. Thank you so much for hanging out for even just a few minutes. Have a beautiful nap. Anyone coming over from Valen's stream, including Valen, I know y'all have been hanging for quite some bit. Get up and pee. Stretch. Take a break. Y'all don't have to hang. Don't feel responsible. However, I'm happy to chill with you. Yeah, so quick break. And then my friend Glut sent me some funny TikToks I'd like to laugh at with y'all. I had therapy today, and I feel like I'm getting sick, so my energy level is really low, but I'm doing my fucking best, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. Where the fuck is my shit? I found it. Just kidding. It's okay. I have too many links up. I appreciate you and love you.
I got my water in a beverage. We're good. It's party time. Get your muffs out. Man, humor these days. I feel like I hit the back of my ear. Ow. Welcome back, everybody. I have to wear sunglasses outside because the snow is so blindingly white, it hurts my eyeballs. No, Kate, but were you the one that told me about it the other day? I wanted to hear it. Let me see, I'll pull it up right now. I want to watch these, hold on, let me turn the music down. I have a couple TikToks from Glad I want to watch, but I want to pull that one up because I know you told me. Isn't it called Flowers? Oh shit.
Is it called Flowers? I'm so sorry. My bad. It's because I didn't have my earbuds in yet. Sorry. Is it called Flowers? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I wanted to watch the TikToks and then listen to that. I fucking forgot the name, though. Thank you. I'm gonna cue that one up. I heard it's really good, and I'm not a Miley hater. Like, she has some fucking bangers. Some of her stuff is weird. What the fuck? That's not the music video, Katie. Stop it. I want the song. Thank you. Not Miley Cyrus news. The hell? Stop it. Stop. Thank you. Oh my God, Glad. I literally just pulled it up. But for anyone else that wants to listen, I pulled up a different version. Yours might be better. I'm gonna pull up yours. Hold up. Hold up. Oh my God, my chat just did so many weird things. What the fuck? Oh my God, I think I missed so much chat. I am so sorry if I fucking missed anybody. What the shit? It just like deleted everything and then okay, I will not show the video. Thank you. The one I pulled up is by a channel called Latin Hype. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna play yours instead. Thank you, C-Town. It's not a bad one.
She's not bad.
But she can, if I don't know it's on, I talk too fast and I know it's hard to understand me. Yeah, Cake, right? I'm not like a diehard fan of Miley's, but she has some hits. She's got some bangers. Like Can't Stop, Won't Stop is a fucking, to this day, is a great song. Hydrate Before You Die Straight. I learned not to show Miley music videos after, oh God, what was that video? The Mother's Daughter or whatever. It was a whole lot of puss. Oh, no, Weave, I didn't know David Crosby died today? Sad. That's sad. I didn't. I was busy, though. Oh my God, we fixed the vacuum. Did I tell y'all? My beloved vacuum is fixed. I cannot tell you the fucking joy within my soul. This song is great. I have to like this song. What is this? Chet Faker, is this new? 4 years ago? I'm gonna like the song. Oh yeah, it's a general rule. We try not, just because it's like a downer, you know, if we're not like talking about famous deaths. But that's a sad one. I didn't know. It's a new thing we've tried implementing. Don't worry about it. It's new. Newish. No, don't worry about it. It's newish. It's literally just because, you know, it can become like death scrolling Twitter at a certain point. I don't death scroll Twitter. Can't do that shit. But no, don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it. No, Cake. So, y'all know, I have a thing with my vacuum. I'm addicted to my I don't know. My vacuum is a Dyson. It's one of those nice, like, $500 Dyson vacuums that, you know, is just amazing. It'll literally bend a toothbrush in half to, like, suck it up. It's crazy. They'll suck anything. They're amazing. If you have dogs, highly suggest the investment. But mine's pretty old. I've had it for quite some time. And it was my treat to myself when I got my first apartment on my own. I was living alone. I was single, streaming full time, and like paying my rent with Stream. It was amazing. Like, I was like, I'm going to fucking get myself a nice goddamn vacuum. Because I just really like having nice, clean floors. Like, that's like a thing I enjoy. I don't fucking know. And what happened was, it's one of those cordless, like, upright ones with a button that you push to make it go. And the button, while you were pushing it, it would just go off and on and off and on. And this was happening for a bit. And I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know what's going on. And then one day, just the button stopped working. And I was devastated because it was literally during this, like, mud hell of the past week. So my dogs were just creating a hellstorm in my house. And I had no vacuum. And Zach, bless his heart, took it in his back office and, like, used all the tiny little, like, computer screwdrivers he has to crack the whole back of it open. And there's this tiny little plastic piece that is like the push down for the lever to push the actual actuator for the vacuum. And it had somehow cracked. And I don't know how. It's so deep in the inners of this vacuum. I have no idea how this thing would crack. But Zach said he Googled like just the model of the vacuum, and it was the first thing that popped up on Google. Apparently, it's prevalent that this one little piece breaks, and he bought it for like $10 and put it in, and it just works. So I got to vacuum this morning, and it was just like I just can't even tell you. I can't even tell you guys what it means. It's the little fucking things in life, you know what I'm saying? It's those little fucking things. Ugh. No shit, they only sell battery power ones? Really? I really like the cordless because my house is real small. And it's just so nice to carry it from room to room and not have to like fucking drag a huge cord behind it. I used to have, like, I had a Dyson before this Dyson that an ex stole, bastard. And it was the upright plug-in animal, like the big purple one that was like fucking expensive. I like to have clean floors, so that's like the one thing I'll splurge on is a nice vacuum because they work and they do last a long time. And I'm so because this thing will probably last another like whatever 6 years now that we're able to fix the trigger inside of it because there's nothing else wrong with it. It's amazing. Cordless is just right. It's just so fucking nice to not have to drag a cord around everywhere. God damn, it sucks. Ooh, but this is a pretty doomer chat. I hear more negative chat in here in the form of info you need to know that I do on my international news feed. New crate. Oh my god. Well, thank you. You're welcome. I don't know what to say. Speaking of vacuums and shit, the whole shoes indoors thing, is that still a thing in the US? It depends on the house. Most people I know, usually like when you go into their house, they usually have like a mud room where you kick off your shoes, or if you're just like going in and out of the house, usually the mud room's connected to a kitchen and people walk in and out of those spaces with shoes on, but once they hit carpet, they usually take their shoes off. I don't know. It depends on the person. I wear slippers because my dogs are filth mongers and I can't stand stepping on anything they drag in the house. We might have been talking about dildos. You never fucking know. Were you shocked by the amount of crap that had built up in your carpets? Always. I always am shocked. Always. I have a shampooer too. I shampoo my carpets a lot too, just because the dogs drag mud in, and it frightens me when the shampooer, like my carpets are beige white, you know? So it's pretty obvious when there's like a stain or something, but if I just shampoo a part that doesn't look stained or anything and the water comes out black, I'm like, ah. Dogs. Indoor dogs. They're the best. I'd love if Dyson did a wet and dry vacuum for mopping and hoovering. Can you imagine? That'd be amazing. They haven't done anything with that, I don't think. I think they just fuck around with wind power. I would love a robot to clean my shit for me. That'd be great. But honestly, I'd probably still clean over it because I wouldn't trust it. I wear my shoes on the ground floor because it's all tiled wooden. Right, that's what I mean. Like mudroom kitchens, usually ground floor. That's how a lot of houses that I've ever lived in and or visited have been. They come off where I hit the stairs because it's carpeted from that point onwards. Yep. I just want to fold my clothes. I hate folding clothes too. Same. I love clean clothes, but I hate folding clothes. What kind of health insurance supports dildos that you have to plug into the mains? You know what? I don't know, but Scott might know. The Mr. Scott Evans. I have a feeling he might know. You know? He has a lot of experience with those types of things, plugging them in and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's really individual, and it depends on the house. My parents, we always shoes off. My dad, like, they put in white carpets, like white carpets, and they're like you would go into my house into a mud room, and it was all like like a tile, you know, like stone tile. And then if you went into the main part of the house, there was carpet, and then immediately went to stone tile again, the kitchen. And there was like maybe a 5 foot span of carpet you had to walk on to get to the kitchen, or you could jump on the fireplace, like the stone whatever, the stone platform that the fireplace was on, you could like tiptoe across that and get to the kitchen, which we often did. But if you walked that 5 foot thing, my dad could fucking like sense it while he was at work and he'd call and be like, "Do you have your shoes on in the house? Are you going to shampoo those fucking carpets?" It was crazy. So we learned how to like be like fucking parkour acrobats across the fireplace to get into the kitchen so we'd have to take our shoes off. Genova, how are you? It's not. No, I had therapy this morning, so it's late stream. I know. It's the worst. Carpet is the worst. The only reason I really struggle against completely eliminating carpet is having slippy, slidey floors destroys the hips of your dogs. Like, to the point where their spine pops. And I have 2 wonderful dogs who I love more than even clean floors. I know that's crazy to say, but I do. And I don't know, man. I guess I suffer while I have dogs because I just can't. I've had multiple dogs where their hips and their legs just go out because of, once they reach a certain age, they don't have the musculature and they just slide on slippy floors and it destroys their bodies. And it's just fucking the saddest thing in the entire world. But carpet is, I mean, if you're not on top of it, carpet is fucking foul. Yes, agreed. And even if you're on top of it, it's probably still foul. I just can't think of it. This is a good song. I'd love a robot vacuum cleaner, but Roomba recently got busted for selling maps generated. Wait, what? Oh, stop. So many people in chat talk about Roombas they love. Am I about to scare everyone if I read this out loud? Am I going to scare everyone existentially if I read this? Roomba recently got busted for selling maps generated with the robot for ad spaffing purposes to Amazon, Google, Apple. No shit. How do you keep what kind of floors do you have? Because the only option I've ever seen that seems like something feasible is like stone tile, where it has like grouting and shit and still has a texture that they can grip onto. But I've had wood floors, I've had fake wood floors, just in different houses and stuff, and tile, and all my dogs destroy their hips on them, and I can't watch that happen again. It breaks my heart. Oh my god, right though, Kona? Dude. A vacuum is worth it. If you have shed, and my dogs don't even shed, it's the shit they bring in their webbed feetsies that drives me fucking up a wall. Oh my god, Cake. Bless Link and his perfect soul. He is the most perfect soul ever, and we will never ever talk ill of Link. Agreed? Agreed. We are not talking ill. That being said, the tumbleweeds that would just like be moving in the air weightlessly by my face while I was vacuuming, and I was just like, what the fuck? All the time. And I vacuumed just as much. And we had wood floors. Like, I was just vacuuming the fucking runners. Oh my god. It was the fur from his feathers. Oh, I'm so sorry, Trick. The feathers, like, the feathery hairs, those long ones, they would just create these fucking, like, balls. Well, we didn't have a lot of carpet, and so I think there was nowhere for the hair to stick to, so it just went into the air. It was horrific. That's horrific and horrid at the same time. I don't know what happened with my mouth. It's the worst thing in the entire world. Not to ever talk ill of the dead. With tile wood, does it have like a texture they don't slippy slidey around on though? True, before my boy Wolfie passed, rest in peace, Wolfie, they're perfect forever. We never speak ill of the dead. Would skip all over the wooden floors, so I would put down Persian rugs. That's what we have. I have runners everywhere now because I'm literally like Zach's dad's poodle who recently passed away, sadly. He had the same thing. He had horrible hips by the end of his life. Like, he could barely lift a leg to pee. He mostly just like stood there and let it happen because he couldn't anymore. And it was because he literally lived in a house with wood floors his whole life. And I watched him. He'd just slowly do the splits while he was standing. And that's what happened to Millie. Is same shit. I mean, that's not like existentially the reason she's dead, or I'm not saying wood floors kill dogs, but I don't want to exacerbate any hip issues because most, like Real was saying, I used to have a German as well, bless her soul. Sheba was the most perfect dog, but she was an outdoor dog and got hip dysplasia by the time she was 13. Horrible hips. I mean, she could barely, like, she would lay down and cry before she got up just to be excited to see us. It was horrible. And that was being like a farm dog, never being on a slippery surface in her fucking life. Jag passed. I don't know if Zach told anyone yet. It happened over New Year's. Yeah, it's so fucking sad. So Jag was pretty darn old. Jag was like 13, 14. But I guess what happened, his brother texted him. If you guys remember Jag is the Rains in Africa poodle from Zach's streams who howls to beautiful songs. He recently passed away, sadly. He's been doing not great for ages. Like, ever since I met him, you could tell his hips were going, and he was kind of getting deaf and kind of goofy. But he had a couple, like, lipomas, just like water gatherage kind of swellings on his legs and on his stomach and stuff. And they were treating him and everything. And Zach's brother's girlfriend is a PA. So she is a doctor, essentially. So she's very knowledgeable. Not that they weren't going to a vet or anything, but she knows how to take care of an animal. She's pretty good. And so they were taking care of it in all the ways they could, draining him and everything. And finally, over New Year's, I guess he had stopped eating and he couldn't really, like, he was becoming incontinent. So they took him into the vet and he had tummy cancer that had gone, like, metastatic, had gone to his blood or something. So they had to put him down. I know. I hate to be that. I don't think Zach would talk about it because he's, for all his toughness, he's a fucking softie. I know, he's a softie. I don't think he could talk about it. But yeah, Jag had he had a long, perfect life. He was a wonderful, wonderful poodle. But, seeing that shit happen to that dog's hips, I'm just like, it's too many personal experiences with dogs just watching their hips go shitty on slippy floors. I don't know. Runner carpets, that's the only solution I can come up with because I don't want to hurt my doggies. The tumbleweeds, yeah, right. Or you see them like in a corner where you literally just mopped or swept and you're like, how did that happen? Oh yeah, picking them out of your ass crack is my favorite. Or I would unwind them from my eyelashes. You ever do that, Cake? Put on mascara and then later in the day, once the mascara is dry, you feel something and you go to pull a hair out and it just keeps coming and coming and you're like, oh my God. Oh, I'm dying. It's coming out of my brain. Those are the best. Oh, wait, Glut, is it to go with the TikToks? I didn't mean to I still have the TikToks up, but I didn't realize he hadn't told you guys yet. Well, I kind of figured he hadn't. He's not, his stream isn't about the touchy-feelies like we are, but poor Pup. He's in a better place now, poor guy. I hope he wasn't in too much pain. No shit, Kel. That's so sad. You know what's funny? That's exactly what happened to Link. Literally, Link, our golden, he got stomach cancer too. Interesting. I've never had a dog get stomach cancer. Millie didn't have any cancers by the time she passed. Crazy. I know. She just had that spine shit. Fish oils are great for doggos. Absolutely. It worked. I got it up. Hopefully it'll run. I don't know. I got it up. Hold on. I have to cut off Run the Jewels. I'm a dick. Don't worry. Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted to do. Stop. My mouse has been double clicking. Too dirty. A couple times today, it's double clicked when I did not double click. The fuck? Oh, definitely Cake. Someday they will autopsy a certain population of us in our age group, and it'll just be like a stuffed teddy bear, like poof, of all the different dogs we've owned. I swear, because it's almost been a year and a half, and I still find Millie hair on stuff, and I clean a lot, like a lot. It shouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? Machinia, have a beautiful day. Bye, Honeybean. Be safe and don't forget to brush your teeth. Okay, this is the recent one that Glut sent. And if the volume's, whatever, let me know. Too quiet, too whatever. It's just tinky tinks. Don't worry about it. I can't make it bigger, so, oh, wait, yes, I can. The fuck is happening? I kind of like it, though. I'm addicted to watching this. Africa. Oh, no, I'm not going to cry. I haven't heard the song yet. Oh, no. That just hit me in an unreasonable way. But in a shit. I did not expect that. That's pretty cool, though. I like that. I like this. The Tinky Tinks. Worthless. You know what I always say? If you can't afford the vet, you can't afford the pet. 100%. That is facts. I had a cat that wasn't doing well. My mom took him to the vet. He had tumors in his lungs. We put him down the same day. Yep, that was basically what happened with Jag. But honestly, I'm sure you've known people that, and this is not to hate on anyone, but some people, they go a little too far, I think, with animals in terms of, I think they need to sit back and ask themselves, am I doing this for me? Am I doing this for my pet? I've known people that'll keep their dog alive for 17. They're like, oh, he lived till he was 17. But the last 5 years of his life, he was literally shitting himself, pissing himself, vomiting everywhere. They were feeding him with a tube through his nose, And that was the questions I had to get to with Millie. I could have definitely put Millie on some painkillers, put her in a wheelchair, and kept her alive. You are poking me with your whiskers, bud. But, is she having a dog life at that point? You know what I mean? It's a hard one. Hi, darling. How are you, love? We were Toto rolled. I was totally Toto rolled, but that was cool. I don't regret it. It's happy. It's happy memories. I got to know Jag. I'm happy I got to know Jag. You know what I mean? He passed, but he lived a really long, good life, and I'm happy I got to meet him. Kel, 100. I honestly commend that more than people that, you know, oh, we adopted our 17 dogs and blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's nice. You have 17 dogs. How can one person give adequate attention to? I mean, I struggle with 2 for fuck's sake. Let alone the bills and shit like that. Yeah. The sequence not ending makes me anxious. I know. Well, listen, kills me. I wish I was clever like that. That is a clever bitch I'm following. That's fantastic. Me too. Fuck. That like witty, clever, just dial. I just can't. I'm not smart like that. Like I just stutter. Like I'm just learned how to speak yesterday. It's shocking to some that English is in fact my first language. I know. Who wouldn't love to get motorboated by Dolly Parton? I don't want to meet that person. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to know them. I don't want anything to do with them. Like they don't seem fun. You know what I mean? They seem like a downer. Come here, Dolly. Coherent syllables in order. Oh, I don't have that anymore. No. Yeah.
Put that butt. Calm the bitch down.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains and the sun. Thank you, Cake. None of it's on purpose, and I don't know it's happening, which is why I will never be a good I could never do TikTok or like short form. I don't think about funny things and then do them. I think I'm just an idiot, and others find them funny on the moment. I just could never do anything but live content, I don't think. Didn't I have another thing to pull up? What the fuck? Actually, I tried to pull yours up, and it's... There it is. I was trying to clean it. I had so many... What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Wait, is that like digital animation? Stop. I turned autoplay off. Don't you fucking sass me like this. Come over there. What is this? What the fuck? Man, Kendo, you fuck. You generous sloot. Thank you so much for gifting 10 subs in the chat. What the shit? Thank you. Goddamn. Dalkio, Simolias, Wayside Wombat, Big Berg, Princip, Neo GP, Grey Fox, Small Percy, 451, and Mirautaj. I hope I said your name right. Welcome. Thank you for being here today to accept these wings upon your anus. Go forth. Be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexy and pure sober consent. What is this? Is this digital animation? Is it augmented reality? It looks really cool, but I'm horrified of it at the same time. Thank you, Kendo, you sneaky fuck. You scared the shit out of me. Cheers to you. How are you this evening? I'm like scared, but also like scared. Is it Bones? Cheers, hoes. Okay, let's watch. I hate it. Bones, man. She's a witch. Thank you. Maybe that's all I was trying to say. She's a witch. Yep, just a different flavor. I'm more into like planting things instead of like my bones. Bones, man. I just can't with that. It's always a no bones day here in this house. I don't do bones. Oh, fuck that shit so hard. No shit. I wish I would have like I initially went to college for art and then dropped out immediately when I realized it was going to be digital or nothing. And I wish I would have stuck around just to learn a little bit because I feel like I'm like a cowboy with all digital art. I try my best, but man, shit is wild. Adobe is one of those things I'm glad I was able to teach myself for the most part, but not in any capacity worth anything, really. Basically survival. It's her explaining the process of making the filter of Bones. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch that later. I'm excited. What the fuck, though? It went away. Oh my god, I got it. Okay, I saved it. That's crazy. Really cool, though. I mean, this song's pretty dope. I like the beat. It's pretty wild. Like, there's a business in filters, yeah? Like, in phone filters. Which is weird. I just don't... I haven't used a filter in 3 phones. I don't know. I don't even know what they are anymore. Like, the original was like the puppy dog face on Snapchat or something. I think that's what we're talking about, right? That's basically the same shit, right? I don't know. Oh, Machine, I will. I'm always dabbling. I mean, I'm always doing art stuff, but I just stick to traditional. But Adobe would be nice for some cleaning up, here and there. But it's like daunting, I pretty much taught myself like Procreate and Clip Studio, which is like child's play Photoshop. Back here, they are, the vast majority of them are spiders. We got any arachnophobes in chat? I ain't here to scare people, but I have like 50s tarantulas behind me in some capacity or another. And some cockroaches. And this one over here is geckos. But don't worry, they don't take them out and you probably won't see one. I've learned that I work better in a 3D space, so I stopped trying to draw as so much. And dude, I am so the opposite. I can remember being in high school and trying to learn how to sculpt, or even just doing like pottery on a wheel or something. I am so fucking like, I cannot mentally no, that's not the word I'm looking for. I can't do 3D. Like, I can't think in a 3D sense. The downfall of me in organic chemistry was chair conformation, because it was the start of 3D formations of chemical conformation. Formations, obviously, chair conformation, I just can't. It still haunts me to this day. But there's some fucking, I'm so smooth-brained. There's literally a mental block when it comes to the 3D, me trying to, like, hold a picture in my head and spin it and make it look the same. I don't know, dude. I'm, like, broken. I am so stuck in 2D. It's weird. It's so bizarre. I'm glad you said so, because I've always felt that way. Like, I just hate the 3D world. Is so fucking hard for me to translate because my brain can't hold it. I don't know. My brain is like, "Der papa." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I saw the title and had to come in and give my 2 cents. And did I miss the 2 cents? What's our 2 cents? No, it's totally cool. I honestly, like, I don't want a spider crawling on my body. They're like fish tanks to me, just like a bunch of little cute fish tanks I get to decorate and take care of. Yeah. Resident lurkers is a great way to think of them. Yeah. Most of what I have behind me is just a terrarium with dirt. To the casual onlooker, they'd be like, "Oh, that's an empty terrarium." They'd have no idea. Yeah. The only good part of Adobe's submodel now is that it's more approachable to us people that don't want to drop thousands to get software. Didn't they kind of break it apart into different parts? Good job, Katie. Break it apart into different, like, so you don't have to like pay the 100 or something a year to have like the whole everything, like Lightroom and all the fucking additional shit. Any Blender masochists in the house? Wait, a Blender masochist. What is that? Wait, like a make a milkshake blender? I'm a software engineer. I'm a terrible artist. So when I got into 3D printers, I found a programming language to describe 3D objects. That's amazing. Were you good at geometry? I was terrible at geometry. Najeel, happy birthday. I hope you eat something delicious. Cuddle your children. Love them. We love you. Be good. Happy birthday. Dude, you're the second person to vote crepes. The only reason I just didn't even think of crepes is I've never lived anywhere where they're like a prevalent thing. Like, I'm not culturally, my family does not make crepes, and I've never lived anywhere where they're like a big thing. When I was in college, it became a fad food, like a street food in Seattle, but they were way overpriced because it was a fad food, so I got them like twice ever, but they're tasty. Second being pancakes, far third is waffles. No shit. If you pour melted chocolate on a waffle and bite into it, you either bite a divot, I can read, it's fine, a divot full of chocolate, in which case you get too much chocolate to waffle ratio, Or you bite a divot in half and then you get chocolate everywhere. Crepe allows you consistent, smooth distribution of toppings or fillings, leading to a smoother experience. But like, what if you have liquid chocolate and you pour it on the crepe and it just all leaks off on the plate, off the crepe, as it does with a pancake? See, I'm a big fan of like real maple syrup and butter, and I like waffles because it's literally a million times. It's like, you know, an adequate amount of tiny little cups that hold the perfect amount of melted butter and syrup for every bite to be perfect with your crunchy ass fucking waffle. And it's crunchy as fuck, so you like that divot of delicious. You know what I'm saying? What up, Lizzie? How are you? No, I had therapy today, so super late stream. I started. Thank you, Mishy. I think I accidentally closed this link earlier, and I wanted to watch it with everybody. Thank you, fucking Christ. I was trying to clean them up and save the ones I want to save because there's the chef that makes fancy ass dog food. I want to save that one. We've got so many fucking links up, but thank you. If I have too many, they crash. Seriously, Firefox has been doing it for not just me, so I'm glad it's not just me, but also it sucks that it's just happening. It's stupid. Jumping spiders are pretty cool. The only sad part about jumping spiders is they don't live very long. They only live about a year. So like by the time they're full grown and looking really pretty, you've only got a couple months with them, which is sad. I've had a couple jumpers before. Oh, so you fold the crepe so it can't flow out. And so is that strictly a breakfast food then? Waffles are bust with peanut butter. But Sarah, what about with mom's homemade canned peaches though? Because I still dream about those sometimes. Nutella on crepes is phenomenal. I didn't have Nutella for the first time until I was like in college. Seriously, we just didn't have it. Big peanut butter family. Like I'm well known to, in the middle of the night, if I have the munchies, just go get a huge spoonful of peanut butter and just like, shit's delicious. It can permeate the crepe. True, especially if it's crispy, then it can fall through. I've never had a crepe with sweet stuff, I'm going to be honest. I usually have it savory, like a crepe with like smoked salmon and sour cream and dill. That I will fucking get down on. But I'm about savor. I like savory more than sweet anyways. Give me salt. Ooh, let's say by 8 my time, so like in 2 hours. 2 hours and change. Yeah. It gives me time to like bathe my body. It's like a sleepover, I know. Well, it was like that or otherwise I was going to have to do a super short stream before, like literally a 3-hour stream before therapy, and I was like, that's stupid. I'd rather just hang. I knew I'd be kind of like, but whatever. Hint, you can make your own Nutella very simply. You can use any sort of nut butter and any sort of chocolate. No shit, but isn't Nutella specifically hazelnuts? I don't know. Wait. Alternative question, French toast or eggy in a basket? I have to go eggy in a basket simply because I'm way more into a savory food. And honestly, like if you've got some syrup and it touches your eggy in a basket, it's not a terrible option. It's delicious. What's a craisin? I think it's a dried cranberry, isn't it? I think it's like just a brand. It's literally like a trademarked brand or a trademarked name for a dried cranberry, but it's just a dried cranberry. But I think it's like, what's the brand that makes raisins? That like does raisins in America? It's like the one brand that does raisins. I think it's their trademark name for a dried cranberry, right? Sunkissed. Is it Sunkissed? Wow. I thought it was like Madewell or yeah, I thought it was Sunmade, Madewell, made something. I don't fucking know. There's so many stupid brand names. Who knows? But yeah, I think Craisin's literally just like a trademark name, like a fake name they made up. You know what I mean? It's a crazy raisin. It's a cranberry. I don't know. We're broken here. I don't know. I like them. I really like them. They are dried cranberry. Cool. Yes. That's what I thought. I like them. I really like tart things. Is there anyone out there who calls them hobo eggs? What? Wait, an eggy in a basket he calls hobo eggs? I was taught not to use the word hobo growing up. That's a mean name for someone who doesn't have a home. Katie. No. However, I do have a funny story. Oh man, you'll love this. Hold on. I was making sure I want to watch this fucking Alex McGill interview with you guys real quick, so I was moving it to the right screen. Yes, I do have a funny story regarding a food I was taught the wrong word for. My sister knows this one. It's fantastic. So when I was a kid, my dad passed away sadly, and we went to go live with my grandparents for a while. And well, my mom like got on her feet because now she was a single mom with 2 daughters and, had to get her job back and all this stuff. And so we went to live with my grandparents. And my mom was significantly older than most moms when she had us. She had a lot of fertility issues. So my grandparents were pretty old. They were like born in the early 20s, you know what I mean? Great song. Great song timing, Katie. And so they had some antiquated language and some horrible racist things they believed in and stood by and accidentally taught to baby Katie, but not in a way of like, oh, we call it this because of this. It was just like they taught me names for things that were horrific. And it was, around Christmas time. And in America, at least, in the US, it's a popular thing in the holidays for like your Nana and your parents to just have like a bowl of unshelled nuts on a table with like a cracker. I don't know why. You go to the grocery stores, suddenly there's huge bins of mixed unshelled nuts that you can buy by the pound, and you put them in a bowl and you crack them. Yep, it's the Brazil nuts, Sarah. So baby Katie is in 2nd grade. So I'm like 7. My dad's died already. Yeah. So I'm 7 years old. I'm in 2nd grade. My teacher's name was Miss Fleming. Miss Flaming. She loved flamingos. And I go to school. And it's like I don't even know why this came up. I don't remember the instance. My mom has told me this story multiple times, though. I go to school and the teacher's like asking everyone what their favorite part about the holidays is. And I'm like, my favorite part about the holidays is my Nana's bowl of nuts. And my teacher's like, oh, really, Katie? What's your favorite nut? Redacted. Katie's mom gets a very interesting call from the teacher. I don't remember this, but my mom has told me many times, and my mom fucking flipped on my grandparents. They thought it was hilarious. They at that point did not see the harm of racial language yet. They thought it was fucking hilarious that they called this nut a certain horrible racial slur, toe, which is in fact the Brazil nut, which is still my favorite fucking nut. I love Brazil nuts. But yeah, that's one of those wonderful times that I'm just like, I wonder if that teacher, if she's still alive, if she like thinks about that tiny child that said the N-word in her class in Seattle. Like, what would you do I should ask Sarah, a bro to the past, not my sister, obviously. Sarah, bro to the past, she's a little kid teacher. Maybe Cocky would know. Like, what would you do? You guys know what I said, right? I'm not gonna say it. It's a horrible racial slur for a Brazil nut. The redacted part. Katie was like, my favorite part about Christmas is the bowl of nuts. My favorite nut's a toe. I didn't know any better. That was the only name I knew for it. Mom got a bad call. It was a bad time. I don't remember it. But it's funny in hindsight. I'm glad my mom had a talk with my Nana and me. And I think for a while, I still couldn't remember that they were called Brazil nuts, so I would not call them what they were. Like, I was just like, I like the big nut, the big black shelled nut. That's my favorite nut. Just give me that one. I was terrified. I was like scared Brazil nut was going to be bad. Like, I had no idea. It was so scary. I've never really been in trouble other than the one expelling in 8th grade. And so getting in trouble is like existentially scary to me. And that was terrifying. She died and still thinks about it in the afterlife. I mean, as an adult now, I don't fucking know what I would do. Just, oh my God, this little girl came from a Ku Klux Klan family or some shit. Like, the fuck? That's literally what I would probably think as that teacher. Like, what a racist sack. Fuck. No shit. I mean, derp. I don't think my grandparents, they don't mean harm, but they're not willing to acknowledge they're doing harm by still using those terms. You know what I mean? Which isn't an excuse to use them, which sucks. My Nana made the conscious choice to, like, stop using words like that and stop being a racist bitch when she was older. Thank fuck. But a lot of people don't, and it's whatever. To each their own. Oh, Jackie. Oh, yeah. Oh, and I wasn't in trouble. Obviously, like, my mom had sat down and had a talk with me and was like, we never used, like, that was the day Katie learned about that word. And then I heard her like bellowing in my grandparents' front room at my Nana about it. And I heard my Nana like laugh or something. I remember that part. But I remember just like the tension around it made me so fucking anxious as a kid. I was like, I did something bad, but no one's saying what I did. Like, it was so fucking scary. The Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo rhyme was racist. Oh my God. And like, Ring Around the Rosie is like about people dying in the plague or something, right? Or like dancing in the ashes of burned bodies or something. Like, there's a lot of fucked up shit back there. Yeah, I really like the big black nut. That's my favorite nut. I do really enjoy them to this day. Exactly. If you had a meant or not, there's always harm, right? And it's the people not willing to acknowledge the harm they're doing. You know, oh, it's whatever. It's on them. Go fuck yourself. Like, those are the people that are like, I'm not racist. I was just really heated and angry, and that's why I said redacted. Like, I get heated and angry a lot. I have quite the temper, and racial slurs don't come flying out of my mouth, like, ever, because they're not in my vocabulary. Not to, like, point out the obvious, but damn. Good on Grandma, though, right? She did, well, you know what's crazy? It's such a weird story. So, my grandpa and my Nana, they, like, had racist, you know, like, personal lexicons from, like, the age they grew up in, definitely. Not excusing it, but it was definitely really regularly used. And they raised all my aunts and my mom to not be racist people and to not judge people by the skin of their color, but would say things like, don't you ever bring home a black man, you know, which is horrifically racist, but whatever. I wasn't there. I wasn't born yet, obviously. But so when my grandpa passed away, my Nana was like 80, 79, something like that. And she just could not live in the house anymore that they had owned together for years and years and years. And so my aunts and my mom got together, full well knowing that my grandma had these racial tendencies, especially towards people of Asian descent, because my grandfather was in World War II, so they would say redacted, redacted, redacted all the time. And so what my aunts did, they didn't seek out to do this, but they did it definitely on purpose, is she asked them, like, help me find a house, because she was immobile and old, you know, by that point. So they went and found her a house, but they literally bought her a house in the middle of a completely Korean neighborhood. I think they were Korean. It was a 100% Asian neighborhood in Linwood, like Asian families for miles who speak very little English, and they bought her a house right fucking in the middle of it. No, it literally, not one time did she ever say anything mean to these people or about these people. It flipped her overnight, I swear to God. Like, it was the craziest thing. We were all like, I remember when my mom told my sister and I that this was happening and Nana was moving into this house, and we were like, are we gonna have to, like, rescue Nana? Like, is she gonna be fucking doing hate crimes? Like, we're gonna have to fucking get her out of prison or something? You know, just because she'd run her mouth or say something horrible. And it literally, one of her, I think it was the closest neighbor, Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong. My sister remembers everything. I think it was her closest neighbor on one side of her. They had two little girls that would come over to my Nana's house, because my Nana was like a little old lady that would always have cookies. So they'd hop over to my Nana's house and come in and hang out with her and, like, watch TV. And my Nana fell in love with them. And I never heard her say a racial slur again. Personally, I never heard it. Ever. Like, it was overnight. It was crazy. And it was literally, it was like one of those sink or swims, like shipping someone to a country where no one speaks English and being like, learn the language or die, bitch. I don't know. It was a crazy thing to do to an old lady, but I just never heard her say anything like that again. It was wild. She didn't even vote for Trump. And she, like, I mean, she was on the fucking edge. Like, literally, the edge for her was dental floss from making like an idol to Sarah Palin. Like, my Nana was quite couldn't vote for him. Like, she really changed in her, like, last 9 years of her life. It was pretty weird. It was awesome, but wild to watch. And it's just, I mean, you can't generalize personal experience ever, but it's possible, I think. If you can think and you're there in your head, you can purposefully try to not speak like a dick. I think. Ugh. Ring of the Roses is about the Black Death and how the Great Fire of London put an end to it. There it is. Thank you, Stronlin. Yeah, creepy. I remember learning that one as an elder and being like, oh, God, that's dark as fuck. My grandfather was a pilot in World War II and did not like Japanese people. It was hard to hear him talk about it. So that both my grandparents spoke like that. It was very, I never saw, like, racist actions by them or anything, but they definitely used the language that was absolutely horrific. I remember growing up with that and just being, my mom would, you know, talk to us every time we visited my parents. She'd be like, your grandfather said these words. I had to go have a word with him. We never repeat these words. These are horrible words. I'll fucking, like, my mom, she never hit us. She didn't even spank us when we were kids, but I'm pretty sure my mom would have plucked my eyes out if I said any of those words ever in my life. Johnny, that's a beautiful way to put it. It's harder to be racist when the race is a person rather than idea. Mic drop on that one. That's poignant. I mean, it's true. It's sad that that's what it takes sometimes, but I'm proud of her. It is kind of a redemption arc. I mean, you know, I think I've told you guys this was before she did this move and when my grandfather was still alive. But there was a time, I think Obama was running for president. I think I was a freshman in college. No, he wasn't running yet, but he was like getting popular where people were like pushing him to run. It was like way pre-election stuff. And so my grandfather's passed away, but my nana was still racist at this point, horribly. And I'm not shitting you. You're going to have to fill in the blanks because I'm absolutely not using the language. But there was a point when I was sitting on the couch with my friend Sarah, not my little sister, my friend Sarah from school. We were sitting on the couch next to my nana, and something was on TV. And my nana tried to, I don't remember all of it. It's just fucking stupid. My nana tried to explain the difference between a soft N-word, a hard N-word, and an African American to us. And we were alone. Like, my mom wasn't there. No one was there. And my nana just sat there matter-of-factly and tried, like, this was just, she's imparting ancient knowledge on the young girls. And we were like, did Nana just say the N-word a lot? Like, I didn't even know how to tell my mom. I had no idea. I was like, just fucking, you know, whoa. I had no fucking idea. It was wild. I don't remember what I said. I don't even remember what we did. I think we just left. I think we were like, no, we're going to go for a walk outside and like not do drugs or something because it was so fucking scary. There are different generations bullshit unless they have dementia. 100%. It's just an excuse. It's an excuse, I think. Metal, they're good until they plug. No shit. This is still good. The moment you know it's bad, you can't pull through it anymore. That's the instructions on the box of filters. Otherwise, you're wasting filters. For real. Unless your mouth's touching it. Like, then don't. But, like, when you try to pull that little screen, when you try to pull a hit out, it'll just be like you're smacking your hand. That's when you know it's done. Yeah, no, it's totally cool. Vissy taught me. And it says it on the bottom of the filters. I read the little instructions, but Vissy taught me that as well. Because I didn't want to waste filters and, like, how do you know when it's done? Because to me, it looks gross, too. Like, that's disgusting. I would change that. Still pulls fine and tastes great. It's weird. I don't know. They're kind of magic. Jojo Rabbit's such a good demonstration of that. 100%. Later on, after my grandmother died, he got a gun from the house and shot himself. Oh, that is so heartbreaking, honey. Alzheimer's is such a fucking scary disease. It's literally my worst nightmare. What up, Gravity? How are you? Brains are scary. We talked about brains yesterday. They're very scary. Sarah, so Vissy got me this for Christmas. It's really cool. It's a mouthpiece for a bong, basically. And they're built so they'll fit, like, any mouthpiece for any bong ever. So, essentially, you probably know this. Most people know this. But any visible smoke out of anything you're smoking is things that weren't burned or weren't vaporized small enough for absorption. That's why when you inhale them, they come back out. You still see, like, visible smoke come out because you're not absorbing that. It's too big, which is why we can see it. And that, when it comes to weed, is often like molecules of tar and, like, you know, fatty substances. And what can happen over time is they'll slowly start to coat your mouthpiece of your bong, but also they'll just coat the inside of your mouth and make your mouth feel like hairy, like you fucking need to brush your teeth. And it's really just for people that smoke a lot. But she got these for me because they filter that out a lot. And I've noticed, like, my weed just tastes better. It tastes, the best way I can explain it, and I'm not sponsored by this at all. This is just me being chill, but it is pretty cool, and I'm going to try to get an affiliateship just so I can get you guys a discount eventually. But, like, normally when you buy weed, it smells different, at least to someone who smokes a lot of weed. Like, you know, the different strains will be like, oh, that one has, like, a berry hint, that one has a lemon hint, you know. They smell different, and they have different, like, some are, like, really sticky and gooey and jam up your grinder, and some are really keefy and whatnot. But the moment you burn them and throw them through a bong, especially if it's a bong that's not, like, absolutely fresh clean, you just cleaned it on the spot, they all tend to taste exactly the same, just like smoke, weed, burn, flavor, whatever. And what this does is it captures that. So I feel like since I've been using this, my weed tastes the way it smells. TLDR. Which is kind of cool. I like that. And I don't feel like I have some, like, scum, you know, just like that weird, like, I feel like I need to drink a pop, like a soda constantly, just like break up what's in my mouth. It reminds me of like, I don't know, I can't think of it. Like, it literally reminds me of not brushing your teeth, like getting that fuzz on your teeth, but it's from just smoking a lot of weed. But they're pretty cool. They're not absolutely necessary, but I'm always trying to make it the healthiest. I want to smoke the healthiest way possible because I like to smoke a lot and I don't want someday for them to be like, hey, did you know? Like they did with cigarettes and everything else we enjoy in the world ever. You know? They're coming for the weed. I'm just waiting for it. Semen, no, it's like, well, when you don't brush your teeth and the semen. Yes. Yes. Absolutely, yes. Because little known fact, semen helps the hair grow on the teeth. If you didn't know. So if you're looking to extend the growth of the hair teeth, just like swish it. Spitters and quitters. Just because you're from a different generation doesn't mean you can't learn from the next. Absolutely. My mom arguably grew up in a very racist generation, and she doesn't speak like a racist. I've never heard her use a racial slur in my life. Ever. Like, it's not an excuse. You can still be you can choose to not be harmful with what you say at any age, in my opinion. And I think it's the disregard for, oh, it's just this, it's my generation, it's not hurting anybody. That's where it becomes a problem. Like, little self-reflection's healthy. Hi, Silver. How are you, love? Has it been weird? Has it been weird? I don't remember. My granddad just died from dementia this past few weeks. Yeah, his funeral's on Thursday. One of my uncles probably won't show up because he took advantage of my granddad's dementia to neglect abuse him and steal 100,000 pounds. He died peacefully, but it was tough watching the brief moments he was lucid as we were with him those last 36 hours in the hospital, knowing he could understand but not consent. That's the worst. Today I learned and can't forget. I'm just saying, if you see your girl like swishing, maybe they're into hair growth. Am I a mess? I feel like a mess. My brain is so mush, man. Therapy mushed me. At 8 or 9, I had my friend over who happened to be black. My gran, who was living with us, said, oh, nuh-uh. Like, recently, my gran said, oh, you little redacted friend. Your grandma had a redacted ones, too. Oh, my fucking God. What? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh, no, this was a while ago. I was 18 when I finally figured out what she actually meant by that. I totally get, that was me with the end toe. With the redacted toe. I had no, they just say, what's this nut? It's this. They don't go, it's this because you're 5, like, fuck, dude. I'm just glad I had parents who were willing to stand up to my mom was very adamant about standing up against her racist parents, thank fuck. And I saw it. My mom still says that anyone who's a younger lesbian, 20s or younger, is still figuring it out. Really? So what if they are? I find the older generation's a lot more obsessed with labels than we are. Like, they're more obsessed with thinking we're obsessed with labels more than we're obsessed with labels. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It feels that way a lot. Especially when I talk to my parents, I'm like, I don't feel the need to label what I suck or fuck. It's all y'all that are real concerned about it. Like, I just have fun, be safe, consensual, legal, whatever. Come the fuck on. That was literally my answer. Like, and? Yeah, like, how do you... Oh, okay. Are we pointing out obvious things today? Is that what's happening? It is. I think it's very much projecting. 100%, yes. Yeah, I think it's insecurity. I think it's a lot of insecurity. I swear to fuck, my mom has more friends than I can count who are female, got married, had kids, and divorced their husbands and came out as lesbian. And were like, I was a lesbian the entire time. I just didn't feel safe coming out. I could not count them on one hand. How many women in their 60s and 70s who are going through that right now? I cannot fathom letting a dick pork me for like what, arguably 40 something years potentially when I wasn't into pork. Fucking wild. And to see like who they become when they get to be lesbians, and it's because of shit like that, because people say like, oh, you're just going through a phase or whatever. It's like, or maybe I love women, I don't know. Imagine. Man, just let people be people, dude. Same. I mean, Jackie, I think we all have that. Same. Like, we were talking about that earlier. Zoe was saying there's some new horrific anti-trans legislation going through in multiple states in the U.S. right now. And my like, all I could say, because it's bad, is, like, it's just more proof that these, like, straight Christians are thinking more about our gay sex than we have ever thought about our own gay sex. Or trans sex, or however you wanna put it. I just, in general, umbrella it as gay sex, but you know what I mean? Like, for fuck's sake, man. There's, like, horrific things happening in the world, like, our country is going through some serious fucking shit, and they're out there, like, trying to make trans people a crime. I just cannot. Or, like, the guy in Florida trying to get rid of African American history. What? I mean, it's just unspeakably stupid, yeah. Compulsory, is that the term for it? When they feel like there isn't a choice other than marrying a man, having a child, and being, heterosexual? Is it called compulsory heterosexuality? I don't wanna use the wrong term for it, but you know more about that shit than I do. When I had to sign up for selective service, I thought I can just say I'm a lesbian transvestite trapped in a man's body to get out of the draft. Not sure that would work today. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It might get you killed, to be honest. There's so much crime and shit in there sometimes, it's sad. I've heard horrible stories. It's not everywhere, but God, man. Seriously, darling, I would go crazy too. I would fucking go insane. I can't even fathom, dude. And you can love someone and not be sexually attracted to them. So I believe they can be fully in love with their husband and, love the children they made together and have a happy life, but not being sexually fulfilled for that long because of compulsory heterosexuality is fucking gnarly. Would you say that boomers are obsessed with labels? Us 80s babies, 90s babies, kids hate labels, and the younger gen like the power of how to use a title label or even what to identify with? Honestly, I don't know. It's like, before being a Twitch streamer, maybe, but I'm exposed, like, I have the luxury of being exposed to so many people from different walks of life at different ages. Like, literally, our community is ages, 18 to 80. It's crazy. And hearing people, I try to read everything you guys are saying, and we all talk about this stuff all the time. I love you, Sarah. Have a good night. Don't forget to brush your teeth. It's hard for me to think like, oh yeah, all boomers X or all zoomers X, because I think the media has led us to believe that these generational, like, stereotypes are real, but I don't think they're real. I've never had avocado toast in my life. I don't think they're real. Like, I literally now have friends of all ages. And we all have, varying views, but in general on the important shit, like trans rights are human rights, and trans people should have the right to do what they will with their bodies and their love and whatnot. We all agree on the important shit. So I think it's hard. I am a fake millennial, never had it. It just doesn't sound great on toast. I don't get it. Ooh, we should take a break, actually. Let me see. I wanted to make sure. My dad says he works with my mom has used that word a few times, and my sister and I are still trying to get her to stop using the C word for people of color. Yeah, my mom still every once in a while, and I know she's not meaning anything harmful by it, and I'll be like, Mom, that is not the word we use anymore. It's people of color. Like, and she'll be like, well, how do you know? I'm like, ask a fucking person of color what they want. Like, ask them. Stop being a dumb white hoe and assuming shit. Like, that is not what we're supposed to do. Like, stop doing that. That's the problem. Like, we don't get to choose. We don't get to decide. We don't get to, like, people of color to get to pick whatever the fuck they want to be. Period. Like, ask. My God. But I get, like, that thought process is not part of her like, she wasn't taught to think that way. She was raised in a Catholic parochial school to begin with, so really taught bad, but taught, no, you never ask questions. Never ask questions, ever, ever, ever. You take everything your parents say, that's God's word, and it's like, she's had to teach herself, like, that it's okay to ask. Like, most people are not offended to educate. They're offended at your assumptions. It's just another way of othering, very much so. Yes, yes. Yes, and I hate that shit. Othering is not healthy. Yeah, it's not okay. It's so not okay. We firmly convince the louder a politician is against the LGBTQIA+, the more likely they're using taxpayer money to surf Pornhub for lesbian sex vids. Absolutely. I mean, it's been proved so many fucking times over and over. Love is love is love. And honestly, how dare we shame anyone for finding love, for fuck's sake? It's such a rare thing these days. God damn, we should celebrate it anywhere we can. The Church of England bishops just 2 days ago voted to keep banning same-sex marriage, including the guy who is the pastor of the little church where when I converted, queer faith communities are angry. Nuh-uh. Oh, that's so gross. That's so sad. I was gonna say why, but that was a stupid question. Zoe, I fucking love you and your beautiful poon. Puss, I should say. Oh God, I went to Catholic school. I asked one hot nun what the hell she was doing there with all the old hags. Jesus Christ. God in heaven be like, I didn't fucking say that. Jesus, what? I was saying that I didn't say that. I know, it's so stupid. Oh, my pudding butt needs your love. I imagine that's what it would sound like, and I'm so sad I did that. It was like the first vote in like 10 years, I think. We won't get another opportunity for a long time. That makes me really sad for Christian queer folk, because the queer community who is Christian, I mean, it's just like gross. I think it's really gross and just gross. I don't have any words for it. Let's take a fucking break. Shit makes me angry. What's a pudding butt, you ask? Dread Pirate Robert, I would fucking adore to tell you about pudding butt in like 5 minutes. Allow me to pee my pants and take my dogs out real quick. I'll be RB. And then I'll tell you all about pudding butt. The magic that is. I'm real scared. I couldn't unmute myself and I was stuck. We're good? Okay. Thank you. That was... Why? I thought, well, I was literally just coming inside. It fucking dropped 15 degrees in the last hour. It is so fucking cold outside. Oh my God. Whew. Thank you, Seatown. That scared me. It got real cold. And like our snow, because it snows and then it gets a little warm, so it like melts to that point where it's like that heavy shit. Banana knows what I mean. Anybody from Colorado, you know this. I mean, anybody that gets this kind of sick snow knows what I mean. That heavy shit that breaks, branches and hits telephone wires. And we seem to always lose power when that happens. So I just like, we're going to get snow again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I'm so excited. Let's cheers about it. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it got really fucking cold really fast. Uh-huh. Oh, man. It was, I think when I started streaming, what I say, it was like 34, and now it's 20. Brr. It got cold. Oh, yes, pudding butt. So, pudding butt. We need, hold on. I need music with less whatever that is in the background. This is great. That one's a new one. It gets, that beat gets stuck. So, pudding butt. So, you know how, like, you can shit different shapes? Like, sometimes it's like a football if you're real constipated. Sometimes it's like a hard log if you're kind of constipated. Sometimes it's a smooth slug if you got a nice level of, fiber. And sometimes it's just pee out your butt. That's because your colon and your sigmoid colon can expand and contract and fill and empty all sorts of ways. Whereas the sphincter, where your beehole is like a tight fucking little... It's kind of like the sphincters all throughout your digestive system that regulate squishing food and poop through for digestive, right? So that's the only tight part of a butthole is the hole. So if you've ever seen Letterkenny, they do a really good job of explaining this. But like when you fucks the beehole, basically it's like the ring of the beehole is providing stimulation, but the rest of it not so much. So a friend of mine in college told me, we were just one night discussing anal, as you do. And he said he was dating a woman who was very, very into anal. Like that was her favorite thing in the entire world. But he said after a couple months of dating her and strictly doing anal that it just felt like fucking a bowl of pudding because her colon had stretched out from the constant penetration of just her beehole. I guess. Kegels are great. Maybe try those. I've never fucked a bowl of pudding and I don't have a penis, but like maybe. It makes sense because your colon does all this stuff, It's not like, I don't... Crazy, right? I haven't fucked a bowl of pudding. I don't know. It seems unplausible because I know a lot of people who are very into anal, not to mention the entire fucking gay community, and I don't think any of them are like... Do any of you suffer of pudding butt? Not to call you out, just curious. It doesn't seem like a thing. I have a lot of friends who are gay men who have lots of anal, and they have never spoke of their butt feeling like pudding. But I don't know, maybe hers did. Maybe there was just something. Maybe she was doing a little side action with like some 7-foot dildo or something, and like really, like really preparing or something. I don't. Zoe, right? I've never heard of it happening to anyone. I know some like when you hit like your 70s, some people actually, a lot of women have to have it too. I've told you, oh my God, I've told you about the woman who pooped out her vagina, haven't I? She had so much anal sex, but her husband thought lube was like insulting to use. Like she wasn't aroused if they used lube. So he insisted on dry anal. She wore a hole between her anus and her vagina and pooped out her pussy. Like it happens to everybody. But like there's safe ways to have sexy times, right? Every adult should have lube in their house. I'm a firm believer. A sexually active adult, excuse me. Obviously, there are a lot of people who don't like sex, and what the fuck's the point? I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the shit? It's happened multiple times. I mean, I'm not the only person. This is like a story that's happened to multiple people, and it usually has to do with dry, like, it's usually one of the partners feels weird about using lube, and it can happen to a vagina as well. Like you can rub fistulas into the vaginal wall by dry sex if your partner isn't aroused or you're not using lube. Please don't feel bad about using lube. Lube is your best friend. Water-based if you can. Prolapsed colons are hella common. Prolapsed, I guess, vaginas as well. I've known multiple women in their 50s and 60s who like literally their vagina like falls out while they're working. It's exceedingly common, and it's usually from lack of pelvic muscles and a lot of. I mean, I don't mean to like say it's only people who are older, but usually it's older generations who just aren't as sexually woke as us internet folk, I guess. And they're like, I don't know where to buy lube except a sex store. Like that's, oh my God, Zach is so mad. I've heard people say that, like, I'm so scared to buy lube because I don't want to go in a sex store. I'm like, honey, you can get it at fucking Walgreens these days. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I give sympathy and hugs and warmth and advice. I never would ever shame these people because most of the time it's absolutely like, they just come from a place of so much embarrassment over sex. People who are twice my age, like people my parents' age, who are just like, they can't say penis. And I'm like, cool, we can say the nis. Like, we can just make slang for it. That's fine. But you're harming yourself, and we have to put an end to this. Well, a lot of these people don't. I mean, even my parents, they don't order things on Amazon. I know it's crazy, but there is a population of people who still distrust the internet and think internet ordering is going to get you like rapists to your door or something, and that they won't shop online. Everything's in the stores. Like they must go to a store to buy it. And there's just this. It's really a sex shame. It's so fucking sad. I'm really glad my parents, like, as much fun as it was growing up hearing them fucking, I'm glad I grew up with a sexual, like a healthy sense of sex. Like, it was gross, but at least my parents were getting some. Mayo, I told the story of pudding butt and also of the lady who pooped out her vagina. I can't even imagine, Glut. Can you even fucking imagine? I can't imagine. I can't even put myself there. Ugh. I had a lady at work that bribed her grandchild with candy if she pooped. If she pooped, and the poor kid tried so hard, she prolapsed her colon. Oh, my butthole is so tight for that poor baby. Oh, that's not okay. That gave me the ickiest chills. Yes, olive oil and coconut oil I've heard can be used in a pinch. It's just getting fatty substances, oily substances up in a vagina can get questionable. There's a question of like getting it flushed out, because if it's left up there, it's not a good thing. Butthole's different, you're gonna poop, but vaginas, they're used to flushing. Like vaginas have their own self-cleaning thing. We all know that. Like this is why ladies snail trail constantly. They're flushing and cleaning all the time. And they're built to flush and clean out water-based things like semen and vaginal fluids and period things, not oil-based things. Like nothing oil-based is coming out of my vagina, so that can be a problem. And we all know douching is not a good thing because then you're flushing away the healthy bacteria and the unhealthy stuff. So it's just kind of like, if you can, water-based lube is your best option. But I have heard coconut oil and olive oil, like, I guess. Just clean yourself. Be clean. Dude, everywhere sells lube nowadays. You can buy vibrators at Walgreens. I mean, they have everything. It's pretty fucking wild. But they just don't even look, so they don't know. Yeah, in-store cash only. Seriously, Glutt's not wrong. It's my parents still do this. My dad still does this. I think he still writes checks. Like it's just they live a slower lifestyle than us, and that they're happy in it, and that's fine. You can be safe and happy in your lifestyle. It's just they don't even know that it's there to look for it. You know what I mean? Like they're obviously not buying condoms anymore, and that's where the lube and shit is. So they don't even know. They just don't know. I had a patient one time tell me she couldn't get pregnant if she was on top. She was 42. Like you can't ever assume. You know what I'm saying? Like education is definitely a privilege. We can't take it for granted. For real, we cannot fucking take it for granted because it's just, I can't even tell you. I cannot tell you the things. And I can't, y'all know me, I have no poker face. So thank fuck for masks. I'd just be like, and then I'd have to like shake and be like, oh my God, honey, do you want me to teach you about like the reproductive system real quick? But if they saw my initial reaction, I would have been fired so fucking fast. Like I just, holy what? I had a patient, oh my God, I had a patient one time coming to the ER, deadly allergic to seafood, coding. They were only 18, and their parents were like, they're deeply allergic to seafood. We don't know what happened. And we're like, okay, they're obviously having an allergic reaction. Their throat's closing up and they're not breathing. Like, what was the last thing they ate? Well, we took them to Red Lobster for their birthday. They only had some shrimp. Okay. So that's seafood. He almost died. That kid almost died. 18. Almost died. It was fucking wild. Projectile seafood vomit all over the room. It was fucking wild. But like, you just can't assume it. You can never assume it. And it's not that these people like don't want to know better. There's a lot of people who just aren't exposed to like they don't know the resources they have. You know, they don't understand that their phone is like the most powerful thing in the world. All the knowledge in the fucking world is in that thing on the internet. They just don't even know to look. Like it's pretty wild. My parents have just in the last year learned how to Google a question instead of like struggling to find someone who knows how to answer a question. They'll Google it now, and it's crazy. It's crazy to me. If someone asks you about buying lube, just look them in the eye and say, it's for sex. For real, what are they going to say? What are they? Oh my God, you're buying lube for sex? Sick. Somebody's fucking jealous. Wait, related to putting butt? Wait. Do I want to know? I'm nervous. Tell the parents they can only eat land bugs, not sea bugs. Honest to God, I'm not shitting you. I think I described it somewhere along those lines, like nothing out of the water. Nothing that can live in the water. Nothing. I guess you don't get duck now. Like I just didn't know how else to do it. And it's a matter of keeping a kid alive. You're not shaming parents. You're not shaming anyone for their lack of knowledge. It's keeping the kid alive at that point. What can I tell these parents that will keep their kid alive? Yeah. I've heard a couple trying to get pregnant. They eventually found out that they had been doing anal the entire time. Zaquarion, no shit. Oh my God. I can't remember if this was a story my mom experienced personally, or if it was one I read out of one of those true story doctor books. But there was a patient who went in to see the doctor because they had fertility issues, and the nurse could not find their vagina. So the nurse went to go get the doctor, and the doctor had to inform the patient that this entire time they had been married, her husband had been fucking her urethra. How, when, what, where, nobody knows. But UTIs are the leading cause of death in women, and now I know why. That's all I'm saying. I can't remember which one, but it's one of those. It's true. It's a real one. But it's just like, my mom has a lot of these fucked up stories too. I grew up hearing these stories, so a lot of them I'll be like, oh, this was my mom's. Like, it's just, anybody that works in medicine has these stories. They're just, it gives you a really realistic view and makes you not take for granted anything you have. Like anything, whether it's knowledge or what we call like common sense. Like some people, common sense is different, or they just were not taught shit. I don't know. It's crazy. I stopped working in the food industry right when gluten-free became big. Oh God, I'm so glad that wasn't a thing when I was in the food industry. I asked people how severe their celiac was, and they'd not know what it is. I think literally, like, I worked in food service when I was in high school. That was the last time I worked food service, but it was one of my favorite jobs ever. But the only, like, special order I ever got, there was one woman in town, granted, very small town, obviously, but one woman in town that would come in every, like, Sunday because it was veggie burrito day and they were on sale or whatever. And her son would get veggie burritos, and they had the most crazy special order. It was like extra sunflower seeds, extra salsa, no sour cream, no cheese, no beans, extra rice, no something else, some. And then she'd look at me as I was like plugging in all this crazy shit on the keyboard, and she'd be like, "Do you know I am vegan? It's not ethical. I'm not ethically vegan. I wear leather sandals." Every time, every Sunday she'd come in, and then she'd walk around the counter to where we would poke out and shove her shoe at me and show me her fucking Birks. "I wear leather. It's not ethical. I don't think it's very good for me and my son." Every fucking time. Every time. I so badly wanted to see what cheese would do to her, but I did not because I don't believe in fucking with people's food. Wait, Bobo, what do you mean? Hold on. I gotta be a little intelligent to know you're stupid, and very stupid people just don't know. No, I understand what you mean. No, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. I mean, if you think about it, you and I are probably very stupid in something that we're unaware we're stupid in. I think about that a lot. Like, do I smell bad? No one's told me. Like, am I a fucking idiot? No one's has the balls to tell me. Like, and where is it? You know, I think about that shit. Like, it's there, but we don't know. And so I hope no one looks at me like, what a fucking moron, when I don't know something that I don't even know to know. You know? I'm gonna do drugs because that was a lot of circular talking, and I am so sorry. Nobody can know everything. And so I try to step back when I'm like, how did they not know that you don't blah, 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 blah. Step back, Katie. Shut the fuck up. Smoke drugs and calm down. Can you? Oh, wait, fuck. Do you hear me? Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you hear me? Oh my god. Oh shit. I hear alerts. Can you hear? Oh god. It's working? Crazy. Oh my god. There's so much sound! Ah! What the fuck, though? What the fuck, though? What the shit? Fucking technology. I don't even. Hold up. Wanna come down and get caught in the middle with you. Beautiful song. What the fuck? Kendo. That made me anxious. I got sweaty. GoXLR must be doing a thing, right? GoXLR must be like having a moment. Because that's twice in like an hour it crashed. Zach's didn't crash though, right? Why would mine crash? What the fuck? I wonder. I wonder. I'm very curious. And now I'm very sweaty. I don't like when technology doesn't work. Kendo, thank you for the biddies and thank you for the kind words. I apologize for the sudden and very abrupt mutedness. I don't know why I'm so sorry. I'm fucking apologizing for not my fault. I apologize, but I got sweaty. Yeah, I got anxious. I just wanna come down and get caught in the middle with you. Whoa, I hate when computers get weird. Let's do drugs. Yeah? I think we were going to, and that's when it went out, though, right? I'm nervous. Oh my god, stop it. You image searched pudding butt? I don't even want to know what came up. Wait, I kind of do, though. Sir Onlin, only half the time, though, right? I feel like GoXLR is like having big, beautiful boobs. Great when they're great, and the rest of the time, you just question why God did this to you. You know? That being said, mine was gifted to me by the community of Table Story. Like, long, long ago. I could not afford this shit either. I ain't that cool. Cheers. Time Factor, you silly fuck. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive and giving name swings. I appreciate you. 23 fucking months, that's a long time. Thank you. Cheers, y'all. Kendo, you take it off. Have a good night. Don't forget to wash your hands and brush your teeth, Fizz. I shall see you tomorrow, maybe. Ooh, that's a good part of the song. I mean, I feel like my boobs definitely make my clothes look good and make me feel good about myself sometimes. And I imagine they do that if you have like enormous, awesome boobs. Like there are some clothes that they're just gonna fucking bang better in. But then, like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Functionally wise, they're probably, I mean, I assume my boobs are a pain in the ass in their itty bitty titty committee. Like, I can't stand that they ruin my golf game. Like, every time I golf, I literally borderline tape my boobs to my chest because I can't stand that there's like this fatty substance in the way of my golf game. Like, they're like, straighten your arms. And I'm like, you straighten your arms with 2 fat balls on your chest, bitch. Do it. Do it, though. It's impossible. I try. But I assume, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, are they just terrible all the time? Right, Viata, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's benefits, but there's definitely, like, you know, it's just, you know, GoXLR is beautiful in that, like, it allowed me that we can listen to music now. That's the best thing ever. The fact that having a GoXLR allowed me to split my audio in a way that we can listen to music is great. But sometimes it just crashes 2 times during a stream randomly. That hasn't happened in a while, though. Dread Pirate, it's not like porn, right? Just because that's a Twitch thing. I'm not anti-porn. Unless it's like human trafficking shit. I shouldn't have to say that, right? I don't have to say that. I'm sorry. Like, I don't assume you guys are stupid. I just feel like sometimes people are going to be like, someone's going to be like, except like people that are being forced to do it, right? Right? No shit. Show it to me. Yes. Ethical porn. Yeah. Yes, I want to see it then. Like my medium-sized boob, big enough to enjoy, but small enough not to be too annoying. I thought about getting implants for the longest time, but you have to get them every 10 years. You have to get them updated, and they have to get a little bit bigger because your skin stretches out, and I'm the queen of trying to be low maintenance. Like, the highest maintenance I get is, like, I gotta brush my teeth and wash my face. Like, just let me do those things. But the idea of, like, every 10 years having to go in and get cut open again, just fucking, like... I don't know if I would ever willingly go under the knife. Like, I don't know if I would really ever do it. Like, I talk like I would want to, but I don't know if I ever would. Show me where you piss from! That's such a fucking funny song. My cups are cost even more than stupid bra size. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, they cost more than the bra size. That's a good one. That is sad and good. That's a good one and very sad. A lifetime with fake tits, what would they look like at 90? Well, that's the thing. You get them updated every 10 years. And I have an aunt who's actually been doing this since she was like 24. However, I don't know if you've been here to hear this one, Jack. It's pretty good. It's not a long story, but it's a good one. So my Auntie Lane, most of the women on my mom's side of the family have just like we're pretty flat chested for the most. Like we got little boobies. They're boobies, but they're not much. And my Auntie Lane has always kind of been a little vain, and she really wanted to get breast implants after she had her kid. Awesome. So she got them. But every 10 years, you have to get them redone and get new implants put in because your body like grows scar tissue around it and the skin stretches out, so on and so forth. They probably have new implants that are better for you, whatever. And so every 10 years, she has to go get this shit redone, right? It's Aquarion.
In the bedroom or just hanging out.
Allow yourself to be penetrated.
In all ways, thank you, love, for the resub. I appreciate you. And thank you for the hype train, guys. I forgot what I was saying. Shit, where did I stop? Shit. Where did I stop in the story? I fucking forgot. Fuck me, I started reading chat. Oh, yes, the boobs. So she got her boobs done in her 20s, and then she had to keep getting them done every 10 years. And then this last time she got them redone, because she's like 70, I think she's almost 76, 70-something, I don't know. This last time she got them done, because she lives in Arizona, she decided to go to Vegas. She found a surgeon in Vegas and said, just do whatever size you think's appropriate. And now my 5'3", 95-pound Auntie Lane looks like Dolly Parton. So I can't tell you. I can tell you that all of her skin is so thin you can see the rippling of the implants on her chest. Got it good, now get inside. You know what I'm saying? But that's like inevitable. Like when your skin is that thin, like I don't know what they can do about, like when we age, our skin gets thinner. Like that's just a fact of aging. I don't know what they do about that. And she's been lasered to fuck. Like she's had every freckle spot, anything lasered off her body. Like she's a big fan of plastic surgery in general for a while. And she's a nurse, so she went and worked PRN at a plastic surgeon office so she could get discounts. So you can imagine how that went. Every Christmas, she showed up with something cut out of her face. And she was always like wearing sunglasses or something weird on her face because she was covering up whatever she got cut out. Crazy. Every Christmas. Stitches in her eyes or in her fucking mouth. It was weird. No shame. Like, I completely understand and support plastic surgery. It's just, I think some people take it a little far. She definitely did. Like, she shines like a porcelain doll. She's like, now. It's weird. Like, she looks like she's balding because she's had so many, like, pulls on her face that it's pulled her scalp forward a little bit, so her hair follicles are separating. It's weird. Oh my God, rewrite your DNA to get 3 bigger boobs. I don't want to do that. All my big boob friends fucking hate them, and I just don't want, like, I feel like you'll hate your boobs no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to pay, like, I don't want to put in effort to just hate something different. That's a lot of work. Cal, good night and have a beautiful evening, love. Be safe and warm. That's the crazy thing. All the women on my mom's side of the family are like super Irish, like look like leprechauns. They're all really tiny, petite, curly hair with freckles. They like do the I don't know how to, the way I've always described it is like when my Nana went outside in the summer, she just turned into a freckle. Like in the wintertime, she was like a few freckles here, a few freckles here. But the second the sun touched her, every inch of her body was covered in freckles and they were overlapping. It was wild, but only in the sun. Like that's all the women on my mom's side of the family. I got my dad's skin. I ain't freckly whatsoever. They got all the freckles. And for some reason, I don't know why she ever felt they were icky. She just literally, she's had so much lasering and peeling. She's just like looks like ghostly, like shiny white now. It's just, I'm sad whoever made her feel that bad about aging. I don't know who did it to her, but man, I love freckles. My sister's very freckly. She has the pale freckly skin and it's beautiful. She doesn't have a visible fucking pore. Like I will get up in my sister's face and I can't see anything. And me, you think I have freckles, they're pores. I just have enormous pores because I'm oily and olive like my dad. My sister has beautiful freckles, not a pore on her fucking face. I hate it so much. I'm so jealous. I don't get it. I love freckles too. I've always been so fucking jealous of them. They're gorgeous. It's like natural blush and bronzer all in one. For fuck's sake. My parents, literally for the first year of my life, my mom thought I was jaundiced because of my skin tone. I was not, by the way. They did a biliary test. I was fine. There's something in my soda. What is that? Coffee ground? Okay. Exactly. Choices be choices, and she's not hurting anyone else with what she's doing to herself. And it's not like she like lost her home or anything. Like she made good money. She was a nurse for like 50 years. It's the same aunt, Lizzie. I've told you about her. It's my aunt who worked in the ER and destroyed her shoulder. So on top of having now, and by Dolly Parton I mean they're so big that it's just like boobs, and then her waist comes out of the bottom of them like a stick. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just a shelf at this point. I can't touch her body when I hug her anymore. It's just boobs. You know what I'm saying? They're so big. And on top of like this, so if you guys don't know, I have an aunt who works at all my family's medical. We're all fucking medical fools. One of my aunts was a nurse in an ER for years in a hospital that refused to put in automatic doors, but they had the fire safe doors with the huge like bar, you know, the clunk clunk bar, and those doors you have to like put all your 95 pounds of your tiny little body into, in her case. For me, I just slam my hip into it and I'm ready to go. But for her, it was her shoulder. And 40 whatever years of doing that destroyed all of her shoulder, whatever. And because the women in my family were like, we're not keloids in terms of like those huge growths on a piercing, but if we have scar tissue on the inside of our bodies, it never stops forming. It's just like scar tissue on scar tissue on scar tissue. So she's got like this horrific shoulder that she's in pain therapy for all the time. And so like if you had shoulder, neck, and back pain, would you get bigger boobs? But like I said, you can't assume common knowledge. This is the same aunt who drove across the state of Washington by dental flossing the stick that turns your lights on to the steering wheel because she couldn't figure out pushing it forward is what turned the lights on. A nurse. She was like a very successful, very admired nurse. Can't assume. Ever. You can only know so much, I guess. Good for you, fail. Honestly, I don't think my sister ever had a problem with hers. I'd have to ask her. None of us ever bullied. Like, I was always so jealous of her freckles. Not to mention they cover up, like, blemishes and shit. Which just glare on me. But I don't think she never tried to cover them up or anything, thank fuck. I'm glad she didn't. But my mom never really my mom doesn't wear a lot of makeup. She would never taught us to wear a lot of makeup, thankfully. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is perfect food. People should do what they want with their bodies, but I would like to put a vote of confidence in the itty-bitty titties. You don't need big boobs to be sexy. Get them if you want them. Don't feel undesirable. I agree. It's like, I remember being younger and thinking, like, the key to feeling good about myself was to have cleavage. Like, I was like, that's the only way I can do it because I'm tall and I sound like a boy and I'm a tomboy. Like, this is the only source of my femininity. And, like, the more I get fucked, the more I realize that, like, nobody cares. A boob is a boob is a boob is a boob. Some people have a preference, but a boob is a boob is a boob is a boob. Everybody likes a boob. They all deserve to be suckled. My mom told me freckles were angel kisses. That's what my Nana told us. Same. She would say she saw a new one when she would wake me up. Cute. I grew up loving my freckles and pushing back on those who made fun. Good. I think my sister must have had that too then. Honestly, like, I've never heard of her being insecure of her freckles, so I don't think she ever was. And I think that's probably because my Nana was insanely freckly, so my Nana was like, freckles are the shit, get the fuck out, don't let anyone pick on you, because my Nana was a freckle, like, her whole body. Yes, Mayo, same aunt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the common sense. You're just like, stop, please stop. And this doctor that did her boobs knows her medical history. He should have known better not to give her fucking Dolly Parton titties. That's irresponsible on the docs, in my opinion. I prefer smaller titties personally. Big ones just seem awkward to me, but I understand the desire to be desired by others. Same. And I understand, like, I've never really had to struggle with it because I have a huge ass, and most people tend to be ass or titties, and most of the people attracted to me tend to be ass. Therefore, they're not, like, searching for, like, I came for ass and there weren't huge titties. What now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is stupid? What the fuck? So I've never had a complaint, but I don't think anyone has. Let's be real. Like, has anyone been like, they looked bigger before? Or have they been like, yum, yum? Just saying. Same, right? My favorite boobs are the ones I'm allowed to touch. Same. Amen. That's the same. Out of all my weird insecurities, that's like, and I love boobies. Like, and I couldn't project that on myself for some reason, which is stupid. Low-key brag. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? It's like someone going to a breakfast joint and being mad that they don't have dinner food or something. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying, like, I usually have what people came for. So I haven't really had to worry about it. It almost feels like if I had huge boobs, it'd be too much of a good thing. Like, I might topple over. I don't know. What happened? What happened? Did something else happen with stream? Stream has been weird for the past hour. Like, GoXLR keeps crashing me weird. I never know. It could be happening. Honestly, I'm blind to it. Came for ass, stayed for edible.
Calm the bitch down.
Word. Fuck yes. I didn't wear an I Love Boobies bracelet all throughout my teenage years for fucking nothing. That's what I like to hear. I had a friend who was into folk music scene. She took a bucket around the audience for donations to musicians, and she got the most. Someone suggested that it must be due to the cleavage. She looked down at herself and said, yes, I'm saving up to get one. I wish I was fucking clever like that. That's so beautiful. Banana, what's in your sandwich, though? Wait, late. Oh my god, we had a video from Michi I wanted to watch. I completely forgot. My brain tonight. I really hope I'm not getting sick. I hope I'm just tired. I'm just tired. We're gonna go with that. Open. I hope it's not my internet, but my internet, I mean, it says I'm doing great. Like, all my little things say I've got great internet. It's smooth. But I don't, my browser seems to be weird too because the music all stopped when GoXLR crashed. I don't fucking know. Lady parts? Wait, what? Lady. Kelty, thank you for gifting a sub to Mayo. I appreciate you. You silly hoe. Oh, that Deloney, literally mine's crashed like 2 times in the last hour and a half-ish now. Just randomly, like while I'm talking, it's really weird. And I don't, are they pushing an update or some shit? Like what the fuck? There hasn't been an update that I'm aware of. I didn't want to be considered or controlled by being a sex object, so I embrace what I had and use them to my advantage. Make a huge difference when peeps couldn't make me feel bad or whatever because I already own my body, so to speak. That's me now, Erica. I feel very much attuned to that now. But the first, like, 25 years of my life, I just spent it thinking, like, if I could just change this, I'd be happy and everything would be fine. And it was all, like, physical stuff. It was stupid. Lavoshka, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, giving it swings, you silly hooker. I appreciate you. How are you, love? Good evening. Hello, Zelda love. How are you? Hydrate before you die straight, motherfuckers. Emotions are, dude. You had an emotional day. Dude, for real. Honestly, I like hanging out after therapy, but I didn't realize, like, how fucking mushy my brain would be. Especially just, like, what y'all know how my week went. You know what the topic was. We all know. What a rough therapy day. But I'm appreciative to y'all who are hanging out with me, even though it's way fucking past most of our bedtimes. How are you, Kelty? And Missy? It is. Well, my therapy ended at like 2 and I had to take an hour just to, like, I literally just sat here like with my eyes just fucking bugged out, like, trying to process the conversation I just had. It was a lot. It was a lot. It's okay, Dread. I mean, it's much rougher for those closer to the person. I lost a friend this week to taking their own life. And y'all know I've had a lot of personal experience with that with siblings and whatnot. So, it's always just like, it's like this reoccurring theme in my life that just will not stop happening. But I thank fuck for therapy. So, there's that. I am watching Last of Us, and I've only seen 1 episode. Is there 2 yet? I don't think the second one's dropped, but the first episode was phenomenal. I thought it was really, really well done. Like, really well done. I appreciate y'all. I try not to bring that shit up on stream, because, like, as much as I'd love to talk about it with you guys and be vulnerable, it's a huge hot button topic that triggers a lot of people, and it's just not a topic a lot of people are even capable of talking about. Because it is a lot a lot of people have been touched way too personally by it. And for me, the only reason I can talk about it is therapy. But it's hard for me because I've been in those. I mean, I think a lot of us have been in that mental state where you are in those dark places where you consider those horrible things. And it's just like when it actually happens to someone around you, your brain just like can't compute. They're not there now. And that is weird. It's super weird. But I appreciate y'all. You make it better. Y'all make my heart happy and make me laugh at stupid shit. We listen to good music. This has been such a banger week for music, by the way. Jesus Christ. Exactly, Delaney. I mean, honestly, that's what happens. Like each time I've lost someone to that, it's like I would feel bad not being around to tell the good things about them because I feel responsible to remind people that they're not just defined by that one action they took. You know? Like, not responsible, but I feel like it's my duty as someone who loved them to go forth and be like, they were not just this. Please stop defining them by this one moment in their life that ended their life. Like, they were so much fucking more than that. You know what I mean? I'm not crying. I have a stuffy nose. Sorry. I'm really boogery. That was gross. You know what I mean, though? It's very true, and finding a good therapist is worth it if you can. It's a hard journey, though. It can be a very, very hard journey. The Northern Boys have changed my life. Oh, is this? Oh my God, thank you. No, I closed Discord. I closed everything, honestly. Unnecessary because I'm afraid what's going on with GoXLR. I was afraid like my computer was being. I don't know what's going on, honestly, but something's happening where shit's crashing, and I just closed it. Oh my God, stop it! It's literally shut up. That's so cute. Shut up. This is way better than any pudding butt I've ever told y'all about, ever. Stop. We have a couple videos to watch too. Banana gave us lady parts, and then I have where the fuck did it go? I have another one in here. It's the one that Mishi gave us earlier. Hold on, I gotta move them. That is a perfect pudding butt. Like I was not expecting such a flawless ass. That is, I wanna take a little spoon and just like pat. You know what I'm saying? Just like pat pat pat. I've got it. I'm trying to move them over right now, Banana. I have too many monitors. Honestly. Never ends. Yes, it goes on and on. My friend banana. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll keep on singing it, not knowing just because. This is the song that never ends. Why? GoXLR is crashing pretty consistently. I don't know what to do. This is the audio issue that never ends. It will go on and on, my friends. Some people started trusting it, not knowing what it was, and they'll keep on trusting it, not knowing just because. What do? What do? I just want to watch the video, but the moment I played it, it crashed GoXLR. Something's going on. What the fuck is going on? Boo. I just don't. I mean, someone else. I think Deloney said theirs is crashing as well. I just don't know. I'm not doing anything. I didn't even press anything. I'm like not even touching it. It's just sitting there, and it's the software crashing. And when the software crashes, it cuts all the audio and it crashes all my browsers. It's so weird. I'm sad. I'm sorry. It's so bizarre. I got to sing to myself. That was fun. Boo. Was there a Windows update? Or is there one being pushed? I haven't seen one in days. I mean, I haven't seen one in a very long time. I haven't seen one happen, but I've definitely restarted my PC, and you know how Windows can be sneaky with that shit if you don't watch your PC update. or restart. Sometimes they'll just do it, even though I have that auto update shut off. No shit, my software's been going. See, mine's been fine except today. Like literally the past 2 hours now. What 4 crashes? It's just weird. Oh, was there a fucking update yesterday? I didn't hit update on anything. It must have just done it. That's fucking upsetting. Boo. There was a lot of rage because it reinstalled Edge on a bunch of people's computers. Of course it did. Of course it did. Edge is like Elon Musk. It just won't go away. Do you have a Windows? I literally just checked. Because you know how you'll go to power and it'll be like, you need to update and shut down or update and restart? I don't have that, but that doesn't mean anything. My life is constant Windows updates. No. My life is constant audio issues. What a coincidence. Boo. Trick drivers for video card. I have this really cool software that my friend Glut showed me. It is called Driver Genius, and I pay for it, but it's really great if you just have so many drivers you need to update all the time and you don't trust Windows updates or any of that shit. It's really nice at going through your computer and sensing every single driver in your computer and telling you what has updates and what doesn't. You can go through and choose what you want to update. I don't know, man. Not sponsored, not an ad, but Driver Genius is pretty dope. I use it a lot, but it goes through like your video card shit and all that. And you can go through and, not install the foobar bullshit you don't need. Yeah, it's really nice. I fully depend on it at this point because I just don't trust anything that Windows wants to do. Windows always fucks my computer, and I swear to God, every time there's a goddamn update, audio gets fucked. Like now I can't play a YouTube video. Like we have to sit in existential silence without GoXLR crashing. Look, what does that have to do with anything with each other? How are those even communicating? Like the fuck? It's called Driver Genius, and there is a free version. The free version will help you update your drivers, but then there's like, the cleaners and all that shit, and I had none of that software. I think I had just gotten this computer when Glut told me about it. And so it just does everything, and there's no ads in it. It doesn't, how like you try to get some of that free software online and it will try to download 5 other programs that are all just bullshit. None of that. Like it's just so clean and innocent, and there's nothing weird with it. And it's not trying to sell you any bullshit. It just does its fucking job. It's great. And it can go through and repair stuff too. Like it'll sense if one of your drivers was installed wrong or something. Like it's just nice. I haven't had a problem with it yet. It's been very convenient, especially for I'm not smart enough to remember everything. Like there is a lot of shit to remember. All the streaming gear and all the fucking software I've downloaded all the time. I'm not smart enough for it. I don't have Edge yet, which means if I don't have Edge on my toolbar yet, that means it's going to update tonight, right? I don't want it to. No. That sounds like a terrible time. Ooh, I'm looking on my other PC. Do I have Edge? No. Ugh. Should I? Did it force the update on you guys? Did any of you do the update? Or was it one of those where you could like back out of it, That's one of my favorite things about Driver Genius, actually. Not to pimp it out again, but it has like, if you do all your, is funny. If you do all your driver updates and one of them is fucking up, like it updates an OBS driver or something like that, every time you update your drivers in Driver Genius, it saves a restore point that's so super fucking easy to go back on, and I have literally saved my own anus countless times with that fucking tool. Because I just unconsciously go through, update drivers, walk away, make a cup of coffee, come back, it's done, and my computer's muted, nothing works, everything's frozen, and I'm like, oh no, because I didn't check Twitter before stream, and everyone's like, oh, the OBS update fucked everyone's computers forever. It's the worst, and they always create such a nice, it's so easy to get to, it's just fucking nice. NVIDIA has its own shit, though. NVIDIA has its own software and stuff that it updates through, right? Mine does. Microsoft has been fucking with third-party software for the entire existence of online Windows updates, especially drivers. Dude, and audio, I just don't understand how, like, and it's not just I mean, honestly, it would make more sense if it fucked with my audio. Every single time there's a Windows update, I swear to God, it wipes all my audio sources from my computer. As if I unplugged everything and refurbished or some shit. It's so, and so, like, I instantly sit down, before stream, and I'm like, oh, wow, I have no audio sources at all. Like, nothing. It sees nothing. Every time. Like, why? Why is that so hard for them to stop doing? Why do they wipe my audio sources every single fucking time? Every time. I don't understand it. It seems like a cruel joke. Like, am I being punked? Am I on punked? Is it punked? Help. You backed up your anus? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, what if it gets ruined? Then I'll have a nice one again. Well, I can't play the video. That's what happened. I tried to play the video, and that's the audio apparently is what's crashing GoXLR. So I've got the links. I've got everyone's links up, but I can't. I mean, they're barely even loading now. Something's going on. I think I need to update my PC, y'all. Something's acting weird. It's just acting slow. I hate this. I hate this. It's weird. And it's unfortunate because anus is partially what the stand-up bit is about. I mean, I've got it. I'll save it. We can watch it tomorrow morning. At least I know how to bring up crash tabs now. Thanks again to you guys. I don't know what I honest to God, like, how does anyone learn how to do anything without an entire chat of people who know more about computers than them? I don't know, because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. It won't detect a corrupt driver or DLL link rank to repair. She needs to uninstall sound and run the update on. Oh, dude, that's a lot of words. I don't know. Maybe. I'm pretty good with sound. Like, I'm pretty good with like troubleshooting sound at this point because it's quite literally always fucked up with me for some reason. Like, I break things just by being in their presence, I think. I love it just loaded. It's Taylor Tomlinson. I fucking love Taylor Tomlinson. God damn it. I'm saving those for tomorrow morning if y'all are able to hang out. If not, I am so sorry. I don't know. Something's happening. Blame Windows. Blame fucking Windows, but I love Tommy Tomlinson. She is so goddamn funny. If you've never seen her stand-ups, oh my fucking God. So relatable. Painfully relatable. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, right, though. She is just... I can't with it. I can't. Her bit on her speech impediment. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm over here slaying. I fucking just cannot. I cannot. My sister had a little lisp when she was a little kid, and it's just like, I just die. She's so fucking funny if you've never seen her. It also creates restore points. This is true. I've never had a problem with it. Kozu! Wash your anus, pee after sex, brush your teeth. I'll see you later. I love you. Be safe. Eat something tasty. It won't detect a corrupt driver. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Seriously, one of the best comedians. For real. And she's so young. What is she, like 24? She's literally like 10 years younger than me, and she's lived, man. She is fucking wow. Her mom died when she was really young, so she grew up with a single dad. And so if you grew up with a single parent like I did, you can relate to kind of a painful amount of what she says out loud. It is so sick. Her newest special, I think, is called Look at You. Like, look at you. Oh my God. I'm fucking dead. Waffles made with pancake batter. I mean, how else do you make them? What do you put on top of them? Her name is, I'm afraid to like switch scenes because it might crash. Taylor Tomlinson, like Tomlinson. Taylor Tomlinson. She's a newish comedian on the scene, and she's just fucking slaying it, dude. She's so funny. I mean, it's like she was born to do comedy. I don't even get it. It's great. Thank you, Banana. Thank you, Delaney. She's phenomenal. I think all of her stand-ups are on Netflix. Yeah, guys. If you have a chance to watch them, just get some tissues. Be prepared to laugh your stupid butt off. Man, I can't. I could sit here and give you synopsises of her stand-up all day. I'd rather you just watch it. I don't want to ruin it. Like, she's obviously much funnier than I am, but she's great. When you listen to her do stand-up, she sounds like an elder comedian who, like, you know what I mean? She has the cadence. She has the everything. I just love her stand-up. She's phenomenal and real good. You top them with chicken? Okay, penis. I've never fucking understood that because you have to take the chicken off to, like, take a bite of it and not get bones in your mouth with the waffle. Like, you're eventually taking them apart and eating them in two separate bites anyways. Even if you're chewing it all at the same time, they end up separate unless you're eating bones. Oh my God, her heckler cuts are fucking sick. Oh, she's phenomenal. I think she's kind of legendary for that, isn't she? And she's really good friends with that comedian that looks like Zach. I always forget his name. I forget everyone's name, obviously. What is it? He talks about his little Mexican mother. Why you do this to me? What is his name? Fuck. Oh my God. I hate my head. Not Bert Kreischer. Tom Segura, thank you, BDO. God damn. I was so close. I was so close. I got to Bert Kreischer. They're friends. I got there. Not Bert Kreischer. Tom Segura, yes. I don't even remember why I wanted to talk about him now. Don't even remember. I was so struggling with just his fucking name. Oh, she's friends with him, and she was on his podcast with his wife recently, and it was, I mean, not recently, in the last couple of years. And, like, him and, what's his wife's name? She's also a really good comedian. I love her, too. I just am bad with names. She's fucking hilarious. Oh, my God. Her stand-up about her mom, like, what a cunt her mom was. Oh, fucking Christ. Oh, fucking Christ. Two Bears, One Cave is pretty fucking good. Two Bears, One Cave is the one, isn't that the one he does with Bert? And then he has one with his wife, and it's called, like, Your Mom's, is it Your Mom's? Your Mom's House, thank you. Yes, Your Mom's House. It's a great podcast. If you like listening to just two hilarious people who happen to fuck once in a while, chit-chat, oh my God, they're really funny. And they have some amazing guests on, and they had Taylor a couple years ago, and it was crazy. Like, she kind of grew up a little bit in the comedy scene, like, on accident. Like, I think she actually started doing stand-up at her church, wasn't it? I think she says that in the interview with Tom and his wife. Chrissy P. Yeah, thank you. I love her. I watch her comedy all the time. I wish my brain could hold a name. Or that my eyes could somehow, like, project an image to you guys so you know who I'm talking about. Because I can see their fucking face in my head when I want to tell you who I'm talking about. But my brain goes, no. Bitch. All the time. So fucking annoying. Christina, how do you say it? How do you say her last name? Pachitsky? Pachitsky. Her mom used to scream crazy ass, like, what is it? Hungarian things at her that are so fucking funny. I die. What do you call a Bible nobody reads? A doorstop? Oh my God. I call it rolling papers. Yes, Deloney, exactly. The jokes did not land is her own review of her first stand-up at her church. Which is just fucking elegantly beautiful. They're great. I love listening to comedians talk. Like, I like comedians when they do, like, comedy for comedians, you know? Like, the Aristocrats kind of shit. That stuff just gets me in it. The podcasts with comedians are fucking phenomenal. Whitney Cummings is pretty decent sometimes, too. Sometimes she's a little off the wall for me, but most of the time she's pretty funny. Tom and Chrissy have had Taylor on a lot before. It seems like they helped her do a lot of groundwork. Absolutely. I think they really, truly believed in her and her ability, which I think is the coolest thing. I love seeing, like, a successful, you know, artist of any kind see someone who's actually really good and be like, I would love to support you and help you on your way. You know what I mean? As opposed to, like, you need to put in your whatever. You know, that mentality of, like, I suffered, so you have to suffer bullshit mentality. I fucking hate that. We talked about this the other day. There's a word for it. It's almost culty. It's like a cult of something. Yeah, like, pay your dues. Yeah, like, you have to suffer. You have to be poor and live homeless, and, like, you have to do all the shitty fucking clubs and get made fun of constantly before you can do anything cool like us. Like, that is stupid, and I hate it. I don't think that's healthy. I mean, come on now. Why not, like, suffer? Like, we can acknowledge that you suffered and you went through some tumultuous shit to become a comedian, but, like, use your power to help it not be so terrible for another comedian, maybe. I don't know. Just an idea. Who am I? Who the fuck am I, though? They are a different breed, and I fucking love them. I don't know, man. They're smart in a weird way. Key and Peele are another two people that are really fucking, like, scary smart to listen to talk about anything. Even when they're not talking about comedy, they're intelligent motherfuckers. What's Peter Pan's favorite place? Shut up. That's really good. Where's Peter Pan's favorite place to eat out? Wendy's. It's a good one. She's truly a master at her craft. Her jokes are offensive for the sake of being offensive and come from a place of realism that most people can relate to. Yes. And I mean, I'm probably not relatable to everybody, but for me personally, damn. Like, there are some times I just have cried and had to, like, film what she said to, like, keep for myself, because it's just, she says it in a way that I could never put into words. She did Conan O'Brien, Needs a Friend Too, and he helped her out a bunch too. That's awesome. I love Conan too. Conan's another one. I don't see him doing as much anymore. I think he's kind of doing more. Like, he's kind of trying to, I don't know. You know, he got fucked over and all that shit happened, but he was classic. He's so funny. His physical comedy is what kills me. Waffles, Belgian specifically, crispy or soft and soggy, and what do you put on them? Catch the syrup mixed with butter. Thank you. That's what I keep saying. My argument is for waffles because it has a bunch of cups perfectly fit for a perfect portion of butter and syrup in each little cup. And by the time you get there, it's like melted, but you got that nice, like crunchy on the outside, fluffy on the inside Belgian waffles to like fuck up with your mouth. Mm-hmm. Yes. Ty, I had therapy. I had therapy. And my goal was to go till 8. I might call it early just because now my computer is crashing. Apparently, there's some Windows update that's going to go through that's fucking everyone's computers. And in the past, like 2 hours, GoXLR keeps just crashing. So my audio all mutes and it's really scary. And my browser keeps freezing. So I've got a lot of links up to watch tomorrow. I don't know. It's really weird. Can't even listen to music. I don't know what to do. I hate Windows updates. So French toast is a perfect food. I fully agree. Challah French toast specifically with butter, cinnamon sugar, and a little bit of vanilla extract in the egg mixture that you soak them in, obviously. However, I don't think it can count because it's like someone else's baked bread you're just soaking in egg and frying. And if we include that, we have to include like every donut known to man, which we can do, but that just becomes a much more existential question. I don't have the energy for today, you know? Like fuck, we already talked like an hour about crepes for fuck's sake. I don't even know what to do now. Like suddenly I want a crepe, but do I want a crepe? Not really. Like not fucking really. There's so many breakfast foods. Like fuck. Some people make those. What are those little bellinis? Fuck. Are we gonna count bellinis now and like fucking sperm jizz and sour cream? Fuck, dude. I don't even know. That is there. It just becomes so broad. I don't know what to do anymore. I grew up with a very simple choice of waffles and pancakes. If you had more choices than that as a child, congratulations, you were rich. Maybe. So, Nineless, someone earlier, I can't remember who said it. Someone said French toast waffle, and I am deeply wanting to try that now. Like, at first I was like, wait, do you make the French toast and then put it in a waffle maker? Wouldn't it be, like, stupid dry? But then I was like, oh, fuck no. You straight up put that eggy bitch in the waffle iron. Like, I get it. I understand your madness, and I would like to dip my toes in it with you. I'm going to try this. I'm going to do it. I've put hash browns in a waffle maker before. It's genius. It works every time. It's fantastic. I do make my own bread, but I understand it takes time. Like, not everybody has the time to make your own bread, but I like making bread. It's fun. I was one of those COVID people, of course. I made cinnamon French toast out of Mary's cinnamon swirl. Oh, shut up. Cinnamon swirl bread is everything. That is that or challah. Challah bread to French toast is just something else because it's so thick. It, like, you really get that crispy outside on the French toast and that really, like, fluffy insides. Fucking A, dude. It's so good. If I make my own bread, I'm not wasting on French toast. You know what I used to do, River? This was way back in the day. I used to make French toast almost every weekend. I was addicted to it for a while. I would make my own bread, and if the bread got like crusty or kind of stale, cut it into like like, oh my God, Katie, French toast slices, Jesus Christ, and just put the crusty ass stale pieces in the egg mixture and let them soak for a minute and then use them for French bread. And it's fucking amazing. I don't know. It's somehow better. I don't know what happened because I'm not that smart, but something happens and it's better. I don't know. It's really fucking good. But I agree. If you guys have never dabbled in making bread, I am almost done because my computer, apparently Windows computers are updating. GoXLR has crashed on me like 3 or 4 times in the past 2 hours, randomly out of nowhere. Oh, cool. I'll bring him in. Thanks for putting him outside. Be safe, please. It's so snowy and hecky. Don't slip. Oh, he's going out to the store and it makes me nervous in the shitty weather. But he put the dogs out. Oh, it's so bad. And we're getting more, according to the weather thing, the weather report, like, I don't know, report. According to the weather report, we're getting snow for the next, like, 3 days. Off and on, constantly. And we already have, like, 1.5 feet. It just froze, man. And it's like that heavy snow that is going to break tree branches and then break power lines because for some reason, someone said it in chat the other day, but for some reason, Colorado refused to put power lines underground, even though we're literally in the mountains. So we lose power all the time. It sucks. I know. It just sucks. Stale bread is awesome. Banana, can you explain to me why? Also, not to like call your beautiful name Banana Ham Hock, but banana bread French toast is phenomenal if you've never had it. Oh my God, I had it in Hawaii. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's really fucking good. Cinnamon rolls in a waffle maker I've done as well. Oh, I've totally been, back when these were vines, kids. Back when these were vines. It's fresh off the vine, if you will. I've definitely done that, but I never thought to put fucking French toast in it. I don't know why. For some reason, my brain didn't go there, and now I'm sad, but I have to do it. Stale bread is necessary for French toast. Okay, why is it better? Because I pretty much do. Okay, that's 3 people in chat saying that now. What's up with it? You have a French chef in your bloodline. I actually have a copious amount of chefs in my bloodline. Like, one half of my family is medical, the other half is butchers and chefs. A lot of chefs in my family. I didn't get it. I don't know. No one taught me. But stale bread is better for French toast, and I don't know why. I always thought it was gross for doing that, and thank you so much for helping me feel better about that. Why is it better? Have you checked your butthole? Yes. Dude, Deloney, well, I heard that all the storms slamming us are just moving east. Someone was saying they're hitting Indiana, I think, either today or tomorrow. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're moving east. I don't know. They've been gnarly, dude. I mean, blizzard. There's snow, and then there's that blizzard snow where it's like, looks like it's swirling outside. I don't know. It's crazy. It's pretty wild. That was me. Drives me nuts. Yeah, I can't with that. Nope. No shit. I wonder why we're getting slammed so hard this year. I mean, it's good. I think we need the snowpack because I think I think the last couple years we were really low on snowpack. And like Arizona, Nevada, and California basically almost completely depend on the melt runoff of our snowpack for their water. Yeah. It may be more states, maybe less. I'm very recently moved here, so I'm still learning these things. But the snowpack that happens in Denver basically supplies water to all of these like southwestern states. And so when we have low water pack, they get fucked because we don't give up our water, obviously. Like, who would? Okay, hold on. I gotta read it. So Googled day-old bread or stale bread is best for French toast because you want the bread to be dry. Fuck off! Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Drier bread will soak up the creamy custard better and won't fall apart during the process. Shut up. It's so true. There you go. I knew it was better. I just didn't know why, so I just did it. I'm like a fucking Little House on the Prairie cook. I don't ask. I just do it. And I'm like, don't tell anyone I'm using stale, icky bread. They'll be grossed out. But it's better. It's like, it feels like you don't have raw bread in the middle. Especially if your bread's really thick. Yeah. Fuck yes. High volume chef here, and yes, it is. Fuck yes. Thank you for teaching me the science. I'm 34 and I'm teaching myself how to cook, my dudes. I'm getting there. It's going to happen someday. Taught myself bread this year. Last year, technically. We'll not go there. Been snowing here all day. No shit, Viata. You guys are getting hit. Is it the blizzardy shit? Like the dry, tiny flakes that are just blowing around everywhere? Oh, Ty, I'll take this over rain any fucking day. Because snow means no mud. Rain means Katie unhappy. Because mud time. And we hate. Everyone downstream the Colorado River, right? And that all goes to Hoover Dam, right? That's the dam I went to, I think. Where you can see, like, the water line is literally miles down from where it used to go to because we don't get any rain anymore because blah, 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 blah. It's pretty crazy. Yes, thank you. I'm learning. New zones, new shit to learn. I knew vaguely because my grandparents were from Arizona, but, like, not to the extent of what these guys know up here. It's crazy. Nope, heavy and wet. Oh, shit. That's what she said. Haha. Great for snowballs. See, and that was... Yesterday I went out with the dogs and I wanted to make snowballs with them and I couldn't. Because it was too powdery. I'll hoover your dam. Oh, bitch. It's awful dry these days. Sad. Not a joke, sadly. Oh my god, Nineless, not kidding you. I think Alton Brown's French toast episode is literally how I taught myself how to make French toast. No shit. He taught me a lot of how to cook. I wasn't really taught how to cook as a kid. I don't know why. The women in my family are kind of like, get the fuck out of the kitchen. Don't be in my way kind of thing. I don't know. I wasn't invited, so I've taught myself. French toast is also better if you put a splash of rum in the custard. Really? The alcohol won't curdle it? I would think that would curdle raw egg, but maybe just a small enough. You mean like a literal, not like my Nana says a splash. You mean like a literal, like a real person splash? Not like when my Nana's like, give me a splash of vodka. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured. I had to learn. My Nana taught me how to make drinks by the time I was 5 because she had this little mini bar in her house and her girlfriends would play cards and they'd like give me a quarter tip sometimes a dollar bill. It was crazy. They would tip me to make them drinks, which is, I know, sounds nuts. It was a time and day, I guess. But I would make my Nana drinks, and she'd be like, "What is this? This is all tonic." Like, and I'd be like, "You said a gin and tonic with a twist of lime," and she'd be like, "Gin, tonic, lime." Like, so I had to like reprogram myself later in life because I ended up fucking up a lot of people with not the right drink mixes. She eventually moved on to vodka. It was a time for her. Ooh, with Bailey's? Oh, that sounds like it'd be really fucking good. You guys are making me hungry. Alton Brown is the best. Honestly, Dread, I agree. Alton Brown taught me like how to make like the simple shit, like a pork loin, like how to just like make a pork loin in the oven, like not with any weird marinades, nothing crazy, just like how to cook one, how to know when it's done, how to cut it. Because he talks about the science behind it. Like he taught both Zach and I, we never knew that you cut against the grain of meat. It will always taste better. You'll get a better flavor of the meat. You'll get a better cut. If you cut against the grain, never in my life was I mean, it's kind of makes sense when you cut it. You're like, wow, that looks professional. Why didn't I ever think to maybe cut it a different, but it does. I don't know. Little things like, fuck, I just never was taught these things. It's kind of cool. But for real, Alton Brown has taught me so much. Like, he's the reason I know why you marinate and why you brine. Oh, yeah, Ty, give me one sec. Boosh. Yes, the history and science. If you guys like to like food history, I've been binging this channel on YouTube I've recently found. It's Max Miller Cooking with History. Is that what the channel is? Max Miller's his name. Cooking with History, History of Cooking, History of Cooking. Fuck, I don't know. But it's really cool, and every week he picks like different meals from literally like ancient Greeks and ancient Roman times, ancient whatever, and he tries to make them today with the exact same ingredients. Like he literally goes out of his way to try to find the weirdest ingredients all over the world. And it's really entertaining, and he's really cute and really smart, and he has a lot of cool stuff to say, and I like the history part. And the food's usually fucking weird, but it's fun to watch if you like that stuff. Deloney, thank you, bitch, for gifting Ty a fucking sub. I appreciate you. Ty, be usable was the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. I appreciate you. Hold on, what is it? Hold up. I can't show any fucking videos because of my fucking shit. Is this the chick that makes gross, like, half homemade food? I've just heard legends. I've literally never seen her in my life other than, like, memes, but she made some horrific cake. That's the problem. I can't play the audio. That's it. Something's wrong with GoXLR. I've tried it. It's now crashed my computer 4 times, or crashed, selective things on my computer 4 times. Something's going on with audio. I can't fucking play anything, but I can save it till tomorrow. Literally, I just have all these links up, like, I'll save them. I hate this, and I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is. GoXLR's fucking up. But on that note, I gotta go because Zach left the dogs in the yard, and I gotta go bring them in and, feed them, I guess. I know, I will. Well, that's the thing. Like, once stream's off, I'm gonna just turn, restart GoXLR, restart everything, go in and see what fucking updates this shit's trying to push, and see what the fuck's going on. But, I mean, Firefox saves tabs and shit like that, which is nice. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today, even though it was a hella late, weird stream. I know this is like, seriously, ridiculously opposite of what I normally stream. But I appreciate you guys respecting that I go to therapy and still being my friends. It sucks that it can happen at any time of day, but honestly, like, it's more important for me to get in than to have a specific time or whatever. I don't know. But I'm not telling you to go to bed. I'm telling you to rub one out, have a glass of water, brush your teeth, and maybe watch some Vampire Diaries. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. Sleep is for the weak. Mental oil, dude. I felt like it's funny that we talked about, that's why I made my title waffle or pancake. I felt like my head got put in a fucking waffle iron this week. Literally, before stream, I had to iron her out. We may look a little flat today, but we did our best. It is mentally exhausting, but laughing at stupid shit for the extent that we could, because it did work for a while. We watched a lot of videos and listened to good music for hours, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the fuck, GoXLR. Stupid. You heard her. Sleep for the week. And if a strange man enters your room and just tries to kiss you awake, you have permission to depart thine testicles from the body. Because that's not consensual. Mm, 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 mm. Nah. And if it works, you got some fucking bad breath, my dude. Brush your fucking teeth. I'm gonna go, my dudes. I'm not even gonna try to bring up a Twitch stream. Like, let's just see what raid brings up. I can probably raid somebody. I don't. Oh, yes. Oh my god, Skin Teen. Skin Teen's playing Persona 4. Shut the fuck up. We are so raiding Skin. She's one of my oldest, dearest friends. If you are familiar with the story of the stripper van, she is one of the victims of the stripper van with me and Kins, among a few other people. It was quite an experience. If you don't know the stripper van story, ask me tomorrow. It's a fucking good one. We're all lucky to be alive. That's all I have to say. Persona, I'm telling you, what a fucking great time to be alive. We can just raid Persona and chill out to that and go to sleep. I'm very excited. Let's cheers before we raid. We must have a final cheers. Abso-fucking-lutely. I love your face. You guys all make me happy to be alive. Seriously. I usually am not akin to liking failing. However, failing at ending my own life is the only thing I'm happy of, and you guys make me very happy for that. So, on that fucking mushy note, pee after sex and wash your hands.